Oh God, here it comes. Oh, hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 hot. Mr. Marsh, we apologize, and if it's okay with you, we would like to present you your long overdue trophy.
Mag.
Snake.
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another Saturday night, another Modern Comic Mayhem. And it's not very often that I get a Saturday night text from Dennis saying, hey, I just got back from a con. I'm down to hang out. If you got an extra seat, jump on, my brother. You haven't been on a Saturday show in many moons, my friend.
Yeah, I'm usually at the casino or out and doing something, so I apologize. But
being a D-gen.
But
we're all D-gens, man.
Went to a convention today. It was a pretty important convention, and I thought I'd come on and talk about it. And
yeah. Okay, so what convention did you go to today?
So we got a little. So I put on a convention called Detroit Fanfare from 2010 to 2013, and during this time, this smaller convention kind of popped up around the same period of time that we were putting our show on. And then when we closed our show, they kind of were the spiritual, predecessor to our show. So I've always supported him. Real nice guy, Mike DeSantis. Where this story, I mean, he's been putting this thing on for, I think, 12, 13 years. Great guests, great exclusives. Really great show. 10 days ago, he passed away.
Oh.
And he finally got Kevin Eastman. He's a giant Turtles fan. And he finally got Kevin Eastman for this show. This was kind of his penultimate show. And he died 10 days before the show.
Damn.
Yeah. And he was just an absolute total geek at heart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I had to go out there, show my support. We it kind of became a tribute show to him, more or less. He's poured his everything into this show. And if anybody who's put on a show knows, the week before the con is usually twice as stressful as the week of the con.
Yeah.
And this is just one of those perfect examples. I talked to his wife and she was just like, yeah, a lot of people don't understand. And I'm like, yeah, it's just absolutely.
Did somebody have to step in and put it on the con? It was his wife.
Well, luckily his brother has always been there, putting on the show with him. His wife has always been a part of it. He has a really good infrastructure around it, but he's also one of those hands-on guys that was there. He was the announcer at most of the events, always ran the raffles, always ran the costume contest. He never delegated that stuff. So everybody had to step in and take over for him.
Nice.
And like I said, I mean, he had two of my buddies, he had Kevin Eastman and he had Sam Jones, Flash Gordon. And this was kind of like, you could just tell he had been building up to this con for all those years.
Yeah.
And he didn't get to enjoy it.
That's a bummer, dude. That is shitty. The way that works sometimes, man. All right, the link is out there, you guys. I apologize. I forgot to send the link. That might have been good. Well, I sent it, but you guys just didn't see it.
It couldn't possibly be Bryan's fault.
Yeah. I sent it. You just didn't see
I was going to send the link, but then I got high.
Yeah. I'm Red Hood. We got to talk about there's new pooch news in the comics world. Big day for comics news, you guys. ComicsPro happened. And is it a big day for comics news? I don't know. Maybe that's a conversation for the industry show, but
we'll definitely get to it on the industry show. But I mean, I'll throw my 2 cents in right now, Bri. I will tell you this with 100% certainty. Every time in the past 50 years, Marvel and DC put down their grievances to do a crossover, they know shit's fucked up. The black and white era of the 70s and 80s that started kind of encroaching because the comic shops opened up and they were buying indies. They started doing all those early crossovers, Superman and Spider-Man, Hulk and Batman, and then it went away for 10 years, 15 years. And then it was like, holy shit, Image is taking a giant chunk of our money. All right, time to crossover.
Yeah.
And now 30 years later, I don't know if anything's happening in the industry, but yeah, Marvel and DC are going to do a crossover.
Yeah. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Hood, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys?
Mama.
How you doing?
Mama.
Hood, did you hear about the new crypto comic that's coming out?
No, the dog?
Yeah, they're going to do a crypto comic. It's an origin of crypto.
Bro, told you.
Yeah. So we'll see how that plays out.
Bro, man's best friend, bro.
Yep.
Is there a cover or anything, dude?
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
Yeah. Is it pre-order or what? FOC? Is it on FOC? Is it on FOC? Yeah. Go look at your FOC. I gotta go do my FOC.
I think it's basically a new series.
Hey guys, I'll see you later. I'm out.
What up, Funhouse?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Later.
I'm just playing, bro. Don't get mad. Hey,
I know,
look at
brother.
the food, bro. Slow down, Bryan. Go back, bro.
How many of these rockets did Krypton have? Really?
It's Krypton, man. They had a shitload.
And only 3 got off the planet? And 3 villains were in a mirror? Come on.
Go back down. Oh, look at that, bro.
Oh.
Go down. I mean, go up. Oh my God. Come on, Bryan. You're doing it on purpose, bro. Go down. Go down.
All right, here we
go. No, up, Bryan. Want to see him laying with the who's that? Oh,
yeah.
Look at that.
He's
bro.
all tuck it out.
Bro.
Yeah. So there we go. As you can see, new crypto series coming.
I wonder how many covers are going to be, dude.
I don't know.
Who's
dude.
that? Dustin DeWitt? Aw, man. They should have like Trish Forsner drawing this shit, dude.
Yeah.
Jay Lee.
Mhm.
Come on, man.
Jay Lee on this one. That one's not too bad. I like that one.
Very artsy, though.
Yeah. So,
Dude, give this book to people that know how to draw fucking dogs, dude.
yeah. Where else? I'm trying to find out what else there was. Okay. So anyways, back to ComicsPro. A lot of interesting stuff happened at ComicsPro.
Hey, Adam.
Hey, what's up?
Adam?
What's
Hey,
up, Adam?
Chris, I wanted to give you my condolences about Mike.
Oh yeah, man. He was a great guy. He was one of those.
Pass down
Just,
the Lauren to me too, please.
yep, will do.
What up, Adam? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing
We
good.
got a shitload of people here tonight.
My brother.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
We're going to open it up for a little bit, and then in a little while here, we're just going to go to the regulars. So appreciate everybody jumping in tonight. We have the link in the chat if anybody wants to join us for the first part of the show, which is kind of hanging out, shooting the shit. All right. Let's see here. How was the con overall, Dennis? I mean, it sounded like it was pretty damn good.
Yeah, it was absolutely great. So Lauren Becker, our friend, Comics Pop Con, I think that's his. Is that what it is, Brian? Comics or
It's
Adam?
Comics Pop Collectibles.
Yeah. And so he took over Mike's booth because they obviously didn't have it put together and they were going to be stretched thin as it was. So he had some amazing dollar boxes. I mean, I filled a long box from his dollar boxes. And then a lot of I'll tell you what, every wall I've been saying this since I started watching your show, Brian, all the shows. The walls are just the top 10 list from the last year. There's nobody putting that, hey, you should get that. Like, I'm always looking for that. I've never seen that before, book on a wall. And I did not see that at all.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the Weekend Warrior dealers that were just kind of dumping their $5 boxes for $1. And I picked up like a short from one of those guys. I bought out a low-level Pokemon dealer. I just walked up to his booth and I'm like, how much for your box? And he was like, we'd have to add it all up. And so they added it all up and I'm like, okay, I'll come around. I'll come back around later. And they tossed out one number. I tossed out a lower number and they're like, can you pay cash on that? I'm like, yep, here you go.
Not bad.
Boom. Yeah.
Not bad.
No, there were some deals to be had. And then I picked up a great piece that I'm probably going to put in my store from another dealer, long old time dealer, Bill Thade. He had a vintage comic spinner rack from the late 60s, early 70s. And price was right on it.
How much did you pay for it, bro?
I paid $500. He wanted $600. I gave him $500.
Nice.
I need
dope.
a spinner rack, man. God damn it.
Dude, I like the setup. You have your camera different or something, and I like seeing the poster behind you like that. It's dope, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really cool, brother.
yeah, Hood. Yeah,
I like it.
That's our poster, Brian. That's the J. Scott Campbell cover you didn't like, bro.
I know the one with the pants. No,
Dude,
I like that one. I like
the
this one.
Finch is
I
my
don't like
favorite.
the one with the pants. The pants one's fucking cheesy, bro.
Come on.
Red Hood, what camel is that in the back of you?
The first Magic cover from this
Alright,
new
sweet.
Magic series, Adam.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Not my favorite
Yes.
camel, but it's still awesome.
From the chat, yeah, I know it's hard to believe that it likes J. Scott Campbell. I know it's
Plus, he
unbelievable.
draws the best titties in
Hey,
comics.
sell me your Campbells, Dennis. Come on, bro.
J. Scott Campbell draws the best titties.
You better
in
not
comics.
have listed them, Dennis. And
I
sold them
haven't
already.
touched. I literally, I have not even opened the box. But
I mean,
you haven't opened the
we're-
box to see what your grades are?
no, these were the ones that they rejected. That's
They
when I stopped
rejected the
using
9.8
CBC.
pre-screen from CBCS, dude.
They rejected like 28 of 32, and I was like,
They're
"Fuck you guys, we're
Fucking
done."
pussies, dude.
Why
Wow.
they
I
reject
mean, Hood, they were near mint before you touched them. They were mint after you touched them.
I
they
called them
said-
up. I called them up and called them fucking pussies, dude.
Did you? Nice.
Sure did. I don't care.
I'm sorry, they're losing the most. That's one of the things. I'm not asking for a thumb on the scales. I'm asking to be treated like I've always
Bro.
been treated. And when I saw that the system they were using was flagging perfect 9.8 books.
So,
I'm like, you don't want my money. Okay, I'll stop
So-
giving you my money then.
what I told Leg, the fact that they were Campbell's like I took extreme, like I like did the best. I said, man, these motherfuckers are going to be 10s.
Yep.
That it's like any Campbell book. Like I'm like,
Do you have them
perfection.
on your IG, Dennis? Those books. That
I
you
don't
graded?
know.
I forget what
sharp corners. Like if it was a baseball card, it would have been.
I mean, remember
10.
I think we did the unboxing on your show, Brian.
Yeah.
I remember you got Hood actually going for that box on one of your on a show a while back.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to begin with, they were in great shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody on scales. Brian, when Steve Borok was here a couple weeks ago, he was looking at some of the modern stuff that we had, and he was like, "Well, man, I've never gotten a 9.9, so I don't know if I'm going to be any I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I kind of just assumed, it wasn't that rare, And I was like, I even told my partner, I was like, "Well, we got Steve, If anybody can get it, we got as good of a chance as any." And I don't know that they're, like Red said, thumb on a scale. Like Dennis wants fairness, and I mean, maybe they are that hard to get, but I don't know, man.
But when you've been doing it as long as I have, I mean, you can just eyeball. That's a 9.8.
Well, what I think
that's got to drive you nuts, man.
It does. Yeah. What I think it is, and CWS, what's your name? I'm sorry.
Oh, hey, John. Sorry.
John. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, John.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for having me again, Brian. Great to be here.
Yeah. Thanks for jumping on, you guys.
I think when they start going through these transition periods where they lose a lot of graders, they start bringing in new graders, and they start telling them, look for flaws. And I think the new graders, they look for flaws that aren't real flaws. You know what I'm saying? Like things that like staple edge.
Well, it's supposed to be that they see it, and then there's another grader that needs to confirm that. There's like a head, and if you don't both see the same flaw, then maybe it's not there.
Right. But the thing is they kicked out. I mean, the odds. I mean, and here's the thing: I never sent Hood anything that wasn't a 9.8 candidate. And then if 9.8 or if Hood touches them, and he's thinking he's getting 9.9s or 10s for me.
Yep.
And they're coming back 9.6 or lower because I pre-screened all of them 9.8. There's a flaw in that system somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's
some
a
of these
flaw
were
in the system.
Some of these were chromiums, which they're like perfectly cut when they come out.
And I've got cloths that like make that shit shine and takes off scratches. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to tell you where I got them, but bro, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my thing was, if they went to CGC, they would all been 9.8s.
Yeah.
I mean, just because that's what I know.
Have any guys submitted?
I had just finished doing a 25 books submission for Blue Green, all 9.8s.
Yep.
Ran the gauntlet, all different books, no pre-screen, just bam.
And I won't give CGC my money ever. So I'm just stubborn that
just
way.
Waiting for PSA.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
Yeah.
I'll give my
Isn't that coming up soon?
What's that, Adam?
Isn't the PSA thing coming up soon?
It should be. We haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything on it.
They're going to be floated, bro. I can promise you.
I think Swag mentioned they were thinking third quarter to start taking books.
That's too late.
Swag's video today I heard was a banger about ComicsPro. I heard he laid it out and just fucking nailed it. So
like good or bad?
Like really good.
Oh, his video.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay, guys.
He listened when everybody said do your walk and talk.
Well, it sounds like I want to see his thumbnail. Let's go take a look at our boy Swag.
I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, play like 2 minutes of it.
So Red, have you ever like gotten a submission back and just like re-cracked it and resubmitted without doing anything, and they came back like the grade you expected?
No,
or you just accept it.
No, I'll crack it and I'll repress it, but I've never said.
More work on it.
Yeah, I've never said, oh, this I can send it in.
They were just wrong.
Yeah.
See, okay,
because then I would go crazy.
I knew
fuck, I
Swag
should have
was
pressed
gonna
it
see
again.
exactly what I said.
Sure you did. All right, here we go.
Dude, I said
At
it
least
on
then
our
it was because
show.
you did something.
All right. I know. Listen, he wasn't going to, there was no way he was going to go into this and be hyped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, all right, here we go. How long is it? It's 15 minutes. We'll watch a couple minutes.
ComicsPro, the only trade organization for comic book retailers. That's what they say. So I got to believe them, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video with Swaggle Haas. And in this one, we're at ComicsPro. Like I already said, the only trade organization meant for retailers. Is that the thing? I already forgot. Now, normally in these situations, we like to do walking, talking, vlogs.
I can smell the
bring it to
food.
the
I'm
show.
stoned and I'm hungry.
But the spaceship is too small. If I walk, the video will be over. So at some point, we're going to settle in after I show you what it's like, you know, a little bit of speed dating right now. I know that you're still asking questions. You're thinking to yourself,
Nate.
Swag, I don't get it. What is ComicsPro? ComicsPro is the retailer event where people get together, publishers and retailers and other businesses, and they talk shop. They talk industry. They talk business. Not really a fan event. The top level things that I get from all of these speeches I listen to from the various publishers or all the different brands that come up is really, it's just, hey, here's our new product. Hype, 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 hype. The thing about hype is that you can't quantify it. Hype is not a plan. I think I was hoping to hear something a little more, I don't know, revolutionary, I guess, coming off of the heels of like, you know, the diamond distribution.
Oh, that sucks. His audio's jacked up. Can you guys hear that?
You know, kind of where
Yeah.
the comic industry is at this moment in time. And I think I was hoping
It gets
to hear
better.
something really transcendent from some of these companies, or just really new, unique ways to approach publishing comics in the year 2025. And so far, I haven't really heard anything like that. All right, let's talk about this. So the first speech that I heard, you know, at this show was Marvel Comics. They came up, you know, they talked about their thing, you know, and their big announcement for the day was that, you know, or for yesterday, actually, the big announcement for yesterday was that Chip Zdarsky is going to be writing Captain America.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you know, hey, Chip Zdarsky.
Exactly. That's the big announcement. I think that the bigger announcement has to be the
fuck. Who gives a fuck about that?
Let me just tell you. Every time I was in a retailer meeting, and every time I think of this one line. I think of Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men. Do you have all your hopes pinned on some flight logs? Tell me you have something better to save this fucking industry.
Hey, Airman Cecil O'Malley, right, bro?
Yeah, you know it. And all I think of is Jack Nicholson. Tell me you're not pinning your hope of this on this.
Had a wonderful
and that's
run on
all they can do is
and him
hype
on
this.
Captain
They can
America.
only
It's probably a good thing.
You
But
know, so you guys like
doesn't
can
feel
plug in
like-
that network with Ed Beatty too. You guys say I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna take this crap. And, that's their big announcement.
There were some other publishers that came in, you know, Penguin Random House, you know, again, Captain America 4, oh, the movie hype, Very interesting, you know, the conversation with Diamond. You know, Diamond at this show is very much like Voldemort. Like, you're kind of not allowed to say it, and every time you say the name Diamond, everyone kind of gives a little, you know, a little nervous laughter, which I thought was really interesting. And then to that point, you know, some people's announcements in their conversations were like, we're happy to announce that Swaggle Haas Publishing is now using Lunar. And everyone would be like, "What?" You know, and it's funny how like Lunar has become this like cool brand to represent, you know, your business now. Like
that a stake in the heart, Dennis.
30 pieces of fucking silver, comic industry. Enjoy it.
Stake in the heart, man. Dennis just got staked from across the country.
Nope.
It's like, oh, I'm with Lunar. You know, it's like a status symbol. And I think it's really funny. So that was kind of the feeling, you know, I got here at that show. But yeah, and it was good for him to talk. He, you know, he made mention that he sold, they sold 1 million copies for their universe, which is fantastic. But again, I feel like with Geiger and things like that, Star Creator come out with a new franchise or universe. And then we had DC come out. Jim Lee was here. He talked about stuff. Basically, their entire slate was Superman, Superman, Superman. Then, James Gunn, Superman, James Gunn, Superman, James Gunn, Superman. We're going to have like a crypto title. We got, more Superman books, all these offshoots, Action Comics, this, Superman, Man of Steel, Superman, da, 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 da. And it's like, yeah, of course. Like, you got to make.
So it sounds like ComicsPro, other
Jesse
than...
says go to 818.
Okay, other than like a few things, it's worth... Other than a few things, it was kind of a waste.
You just want to go direct to consumer. So right now they're leveraging the retailer stores because it's easier for them to kind of move that property or not have to like go into that business of actually like getting into people's hands. But at the same time, like, why wouldn't they decide to go direct to consumer? I would imagine that has to be a conversation, especially if you control an IP like that. It just makes too much sense. And let me add this little thing. I heard this story, and let me try to be a little vague because I don't want to actually.
Hold on.
I feel like Geiger is a perfect
Who's he talking about right there? Is he talking about Dynamite?
example of
Geiger, the publisher.
Hold on. Let's see. I'm going to replay this. Sorry, guys.
a property that eventually, honestly, would seem to me to just want to go direct to consumer. So right now they're leveraging the retailer stores because it's easier for them to kind of move that property or not have to like go into that business of actually like getting into people's hands. But at the same time, like, why wouldn't they decide to go direct to consumer? I would imagine that has to be a conversation, especially if you control an IP like that. It just makes too much sense. And let me add this little thing. I heard this story, and let me try to be a little vague because I don't want to actually give it away. Let's just put it like this. There is a particular franchise, comic franchise, that is very successful. And what I learned is that over 80% of their sales comes from 50 stores. So if there's 2,000 comic stores in the entire U.S., maybe there's less, I don't know, 1,500, whatever. Of 80% of their sales for a big, successful franchise comes from 50 stores.
Bryan, it's what I've been saying on the industry show. This entire industry is a house of cards just waiting to fall.
Ouch. Jesus.
Right.
Bryan.
Yo.
Nate, I haven't seen you
I'm
forever,
going to go
brother.
back down to the chat, brother.
How you
Okay,
doing, pal?
sounds good.
I'll watch you on Tuesday.
Make some room for the people to come up.
Yeah. I'll start.
Yep.
I appreciate
Later, brother.
everybody.
I'm
yeah.
going back to the chat.
All
Later,
right, sounds
Dave.
good.
Oh, Funhouse.
Appreciate you, Funhouse.
Later, Adam.
Later, Mike.
That hurts, man. That fucking hurts bad. That is a waste. What a waste. Only 50.
It's what
stores.
Jesse and I tell you, Bryan. There's so few real comic book stores. They're all just playing comic book shop owner.
Okay.
Hey, Dennis, when's the last time you went to ComicsPro?
2010. And
I was just curious, like,
they told me to pipe down. They said, pipe down, Dennis. And I said, fuck you. I'm paying to be here.
No.
I want a shirt that says "Pipe down, Dennis."
Yeah.
And I want. And
Good
on the
luck
back
with
says,
that one.
"Fuck off."
Good luck with that one.
It's got a big fat bowl on it.
What is there? Where is the? All right, here we go. So there was some cool things that were announced. I thought was interesting. Did you guys see this? They're doing this wasn't announced, but this was on solicitations. They're doing a Transformers compendium. Did we already talk about this? Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think we talked about this, right, Nate?
You did, man.
Yeah.
No, because I think after the G.I. Joe piece, it was so successful. It was natural. Transformers it followed, right?
Yep. It's just going to collect Transformers 1 through 46 of the Marvel run and Transformers Headmasters 1 through 4.
Oh, wow.
Yep. 1,200 pages for $65. That's not bad at all.
The only thing they're missing is the movie,
Not
the
too
3 parts of
shabby,
the
not
movie.
too shabby.
Yeah. All right. Where was I at for the ComicsPro stuff? All right. This was cool. Check this out. Oni Press reveals an actual human blood variant. So they're pulling the Kiss comic, blood thing. It says here, since human sacrifice is frowned upon in 2025, at least for now, Oni Press has the next best thing to call down a darkness, a variant cover printed with the blood of creator Dave Hill, editor Carl Bollers, and publisher Hunter Goranson. And this is it. It's called Dark Regards.
Man, a comic book's going to give you COVID, bro. Yeah.
Maybe it's typo
and
negative.
Some herpes.
Bro.
Some herpes.
Comic.
Right?
Yeah, when you open it up, it just plays typo or.
Yeah, it's like hey,
put the blood of Beach Momoko
an
on it or something, dude. Not these clowns. Come on, bro.
You know what's interesting? I'm giving away a free cornbread for somebody.
Some Donny Cates blood on it, man.
Oh, you don't want that.
He's got to show up first.
Yeah. Hood, I got some Donny Cates for you later.
Oh boy,
he's got to show up first. Yeah.
Hey, how about some Chip Zdarsky blood, huh?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just fine.
I thought that
Don't
was.
get mad at me, Chip.
Thought that was pretty interesting.
But once again, how is this going to save the industry?
Yeah.
Bro, that was an ugly comic
That
book.
sounds
Bro.
more like a PR stunt than anything else.
It is, of course.
Gimmicks.
This is a big
So
thing.
that's badass.
Yeah,
that's fucking badass.
They're doing a new Batman series.
Jorge Jimenez?
Yep. And Jorge Jimenez is redesigning Batman and giving him a new update on design.
Good, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm in.
It's called just Batman. So here's one cover.
That one's fine, but the other one I think looks much better.
Yeah. This one.
Shadow.
It's kind of interesting. The blue.
Looks like Nightwing.
Yeah, it does look like Nightwing, doesn't it?
Is it
does.
Nightwing?
So I'm wondering. I bet you this is going to be Dick Grayson Batman.
That would be great. I'm all for that. Let's
awesome.
get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially if they incorporate like Bloodhaven from the Nightwing series, but that's a very good call.
It says here DC relaunches Batman with a new #1 by Matt Fraction and Jorge Jimenez in September of 2025. Each issue promises self-contained chapters offering fresh and engaging storytelling for Batman fans. Jimenez returns with a new Batman costume, Batmobile, and a vibrant Gotham City redesign. The series blends beloved characters with new faces, emphasizing Batman's iconic superhero essence. What the fuck? His essence? What does that mean?
That's what Chip Zdarsky brings to it right there. Batman's essence.
Batman cologne.
Yeah. Jesus.
Musk.
That's what Joe left on that blanket he loves so much in my house.
Click on that third image of the panels.
Yeah, and washed it since he left.
Yeah. Look at that.
Can you enlarge that? I'm trying to see if they're drawing.
Hey, that's what you said.
No, it's not letting me. Hold on.
No. Okay. Don't worry.
Hey, you know, they ought to do a comic book series with Batman, like, and like in one episode he runs into like Kathy Bates from Misery, and she fucking ties his ass up, and then she hobbles his fucking feet with the fucking hammer. Dude, that would be fucking awesome. And then like he goes and like takes on like Jason or for fucking Michael Myers, dude. Like, it's gotten that fucking bad, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just fucking put him in a fucking Top Gun movie.
Can
like
you
that's
add,
what we got to do now, dude, with
Yeah.
these comics, dude.
Brian,
Like,
can you add?
bro, they don't know how to tell stories anymore, man.
Yeah.
Can you add to your Wednesday show? We could start doing a betting pool on how many units these comics are going to sell.
Jesus,
I'd be up for that.
No, thank you. I don't want to even worry about that.
I'm telling you, that's going to sell about
crypto
150
sell,
on
bro.
issue 1. It's going to sell about 75 on issue 2. It's going to sell about 30 to 40 on issue 3, and it'll be dead down to 25,000 by issue 4 or 5.
I say 15.
I can see it will be with Dennis and be like, "Hey, what about the cover E? Is it the over under on 10,000?" And then the 125?
Exactly, man. Get some parlays in that.
You know why, right? Because right now all you have is covers, right? And you got the artist, but you don't have the writer to go with it, and you don't have a good story to go with it. You need both for this thing to like keep going. Otherwise, it's just a
It's got to
one-hit
be a
wonder,
super team
you know?
like Snyder and Capullo. It's got to be a super team.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Dennis. The only thing that's got me hyped for this, it's Matt Fraction.
Yeah.
Matt Fraction at least has a track record when it comes to writing good stories.
And Matt Fraction doesn't have to do comics.
Look
he
at
makes
that art.
Yeah.
This is old. Matt Fraction makes so much money doing stuff outside of comics that he doesn't have to mess with comics anymore. So hopefully he's just got like a really good story to tell. You know what I mean? So I agree with you, Adam, 100% on
Yeah,
that.
I quite see Matt. Matt's one of my mentors. He's done my show a couple times, and I don't see him getting out of that TV stuff that he loves doing to come back to comics if he didn't have a story to tell.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't say anything about what they're going to do. It just they announced a crossover, it looks like. DC editor-in-chief Marie Javins and CB Cebulski took the stage at ComicsPro this weekend, the Comic Book Retailers Summit, keynote speech, announced a new crossover between two comic book publishers to be released later this year, 2 one-shots. They'll be titled Marvel DC, to be produced by Marvel Comics, and DC Marvel, to be produced by DC Comics. Wow, really out-the-box titles right there, you guys.
That's a hard pass for me, Brian.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pass. Dollar bin. Just put it in the dollar bin, dude.
I bought, just a real quick one. I bought 2 of the slightly damaged Frank Miller 1 in 100 Wolverines today in a dollar box.
Wow.
Hey, you need, I'll press it. Wow, Frank Miller, man.
I don't know if that's a laugh or cry. That's wow.
Right.
Yeah.
That wasn't a lapse of laughter. That was lapse of. This is my opinion as a semi-retired retailer. In 30 years as an industry, we've learned nothing, and we're back to where we were in 1995.
You know what?
Brian,
I
remember
said
last
this
weekend we were talking. Sorry, Dennis. I was
No,
just
go
gonna
ahead,
say
go
we were talking about cards last weekend about like how much the prices had gotten, and they had a big rip night like nationwide on the cards. And the one thing that I'd forgotten to mention was it's not just the baseball cards, it's Star Wars too. You can't buy a box of Star Wars now unless it's $200. You don't get an autograph, you get 4 guaranteed parallels or numbered cards. And it honestly, the more we keep talking about it, it reminds me of talking to my dad like 20 years ago or 15 years ago and saying, all the stuff that you know right now where you're watching CBS and Fox and NBC and watching sports, it's all going to be online. It's all going to go away. It's not going to be like anything you expect. And I feel like the same thing is going to happen with cards and comics. 10 years, everything we know, it's going to be completely different.
Yeah, I think, but except for like vinyl coming back, you know, like there's this like nostalgia hit to actually hold it. But you're 100% right in terms of like, is it going to have that same impact on American society like it used to? You know, but are you going to lose total market share? And I don't know, like I really hope that like actually holding it. And it seems to me, and I am not a business expert, and you guys have talked a lot about like saving the comic book industry. And there have been few and far ideas about how to do it. And that's been one of the complaints. Like who can anybody come up with even a bad idea, right? And I'm sure Dennis has a lot, but you talked about the 1,200 stores and 50 are making it. So 1,150 stores are struggling and are not making it. And I'm really, when I sat down and thought about this, Brian, and I'm curious, when you buy a comic book from the LSC store or when Dennis sells one from his store, do you guys really care where it came from before it got to the back of the counter? And where I'm going with this is, it seems like with security, why don't we have really nice printers? We pay $1,000, $2,000, put them in the stores, $1 million, $2 million investment. The printers are in the stores. You buy the comic book with a QR code, it prints behind the store, they staple it, they put it together, and it's numbered. It's like 50 out of, 50.
Too expensive.
This is all that's been printed.
Way too expensive.
Well, but there's no waste. Nobody's pre-ordering. Nobody's having to sit on inventory.
Yeah. here's the problem: you can't trust comic retailers. You can't.
Well, what I'm saying is like they can't actually print it themselves. Like somebody else has to actually pay
I
for
agree.
it.
There's an algorithm thing that could happen, and that every time you download, you get charged before it prints the book, and it'd be kind of like the DivX system. I don't know if you remember that ancient technology from like 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's what
I remember
they
the
thought.
DivX box.
Yeah, but they thought people were going to pay them to rent a movie that they already own. You know, and that was just not a business model. But it's difficult to quantify. It really is.
Well, what I was thinking is like that the printers are almost owned by the publishers, and that
I agree.
the retailers really rent them for for $1 or $2. And then again, when the customer purchases it, they purchase it from the actual publisher, and the retailer, it gets printed out. And yes, they do need to staple it, but when you think about the damage that's done in shipping and everything that's involved, I don't know that you're going to come out that far behind in terms of quality. And now nobody has to predict how many to order, and there's no actual overrun of printing because you never printed more than what was actually ordered.
Yeah. Well, what do you think those printers would cost?
$1,000 to $2,000 is what I was thinking.
Plus, you would have to have a bindery stapler as well, probably.
Yeah, I am not an expert in this. This was literally like, well, what is the solution?
Let's just pretend it's $3,000.
Yep.
Times $1,200.
Yep. $3 million.
$3.6 million
is still far less than what they're purchasing to try to order the books. You do the math; it's still less.
Well, I mean, we talk to people on the industry show all the time, and the actual printing costs of some of those comics are less than 50 cents. It's all the other money is put into, how much did it cost to write and draw? How much did it cost the printer to wood pulp and make, printer paper, transportation to Diamond's cut, and then 50% profit to the retailer for buying the,
I guess my question is, but like, if somebody can make it work, does anybody really care that that's the new model, that you've actually cut out distribution?
What stops somebody from just printing a ton of them? Like if a book gets
because you can only order it from the publisher. You can't actually the printers are actually online and in a network that's owned by the publisher.
Remember how when you worked in a corporate office, I'm sure
it's not owned by the retailer. It's the printer is owned by the publisher.
Use that printer.
Yeah.
It would be some kind of algorithmic.
It's a closed network.
Yeah, it's a closed network. So you can only use that printer if you put in the special code.
If you don't pay for it, if you don't pay the $50 or the
I absolutely.
And do you think?
I think
do you guys think?
Because he was talking about like everything's got to be numbered too.
Each one gets numbered.
Yep. But this is one thing, like Dennis, because are you in Minnesota? Is that right?
Michigan.
I'm sorry. In Minnesota, IWCO. So if you guys ever get like the American Express packets, like in the direct mail, so those all they're printed by IWCO, which is out of Minnesota. And I think it's always amazing. Like the print is not as expensive. If you break it down, like 80% of it, of the cost is the mail. The piece that you get on the print job is not that much. Now, granted, they're doing millions of, runs for that each month. But if there's a way to actually kind of like, there's no perfect solution, but it's trying to take like different ideas or kind of like good ideas out of each one. To your point, like if there's a way to actually run those kind of copies and like who gets the distribution, numbering them, and how it goes out and flows out to the different pieces. I mean, it's just
well, and let me throw one more sticky widget into the gears. Like we talk about on the industry show, at least 80% of the comic retailers are in arrears with Diamond. How many of those are going to forget to order paper? How many of those are going to forget to order the new ink drum? Consistency of those printed jobs are going to be based on a lot of factors that I wouldn't trust a comic retailer.
You'd have to have a centralized place for it.
Yes.
Right.
How many printers would you be installing?
Again, I mean, like theoretically, you could drop into every the 1,150 stores that are failing, and remove their need to pre-order, their need to pay for shipping, their costs go down to zero. And if they don't sell books, then they go under. But if and they don't actually put money out on the front end, they still got to pay for rent and all that other overhead. But they're not actually paying for books weeks out and then sitting on inventory. They're going to have like the picture of the cover with a QR code sitting in a slot, or it'll look just like a spinner rack, and the kid will go up.
And I'll go one step further. You could really make this. As a customer, I could log on to DC and go, "Hi, I'd like to pick these 10 comic books up this week from Wonder World Comics." They would charge it, and then overnight, while the store was closed,
it's printed off in Wonder World Comics.
Printed off, and all I have to do is come in and turn the staple machine on.
That's going to be $100 million investment for whoever does it, though.
Can I just say one thing? I jumped on here to say one thing.
What up, Billy?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I jumped on here to say one thing.
Yes. I can hear you, Billy.
I take that back about your Batman. No. So, this has been driving me nuts. I've been doing YouTube for 6 years, right? I've been doing comics for a long time. And every time I hear the comic industry is dying, it triggers me. I don't know why. And it just keeps being repeated and repeated and repeated year after year after year. We are going to manifest this if we keep repeating something that really isn't true. There has been problems, yes, and we do know that digital is on the way eventually, 10 to 15 years, whatever. But it's not dying yet. They have their ups and downs. This is my opinion, okay? They have their ups and downs. Things happen, distributors fall, new rise. It's the way the world works. And that's the first problem. I keep getting triggered by the comic industry and dying. If it's dying, we wouldn't even be on YouTube right now. The other thing I want to say is, who said that 1,250 stores are doing poorly? Where did that number? Because, okay, I heard him say 50 stores buy the majority of the books or something like that. That was something said. Something like that. They're the main buyers of the majority of the comics, whether that's they're doing an exclusive every single week, and that's why they're the main buyer. We don't know that for sure, but these other 1,250 stores that are just doing so poorly, I don't know what you're talking about. I have an online store. I don't have a brick and mortar. I understand. I'm different. But at the same time, am I not a comic book store? And am I not doing well? I'm doing fine. I mean, I'm not a millionaire, but I just don't understand.
Okay, but Billy,
that all the negativity all the time about comics. Like, let's be positive. Let's try to do something.
Yeah, like Billy, I've said that like a couple of weeks ago, that we just like everybody's got their own like take on it. But my thing is like and I'm not gonna say who comes out and says, hey, comic books are down this month and like down, like, and they're taking data from like eBay and some of their outlets. But like, how are you tracking like in-store sales? How are you tracking like if Whatnot or eBay Live? Like, how are you tracking eBay Live? And I know eBay sales are there, but how are you tracking eBay Live with auctions?
Yeah, even then, I agree with you. Even then, I mean, that's just another point. Whether they're tracking or not, whether the numbers are down one month or up the next, there are multiple places that comic books are selling. And until the movie industry stops doing superhero movies, I think we're going to be okay. And I don't think that's stopping anytime soon. That's just my thought.
The only thing I would say is that the problem that I think we have is that most of us, we grew up like being able to buy comics for $1.75 and going like $5, and we would, always go like local superettes or just wherever it was, comic book shops, card shops, and can pick up comics. Like, we're all still talking about it. And you guys can tell me if I'm way off, but I just having a 7-year-old and being around kids, they don't think about it at all. And when all the comics are $5, all you hear is Pokemon. Like, kind of talking about the Topps cards, like even with like cards, you hear like all these people flooding into like card shops, even though they're way too high priced. People still go into card shops and buy cards. I don't really get that sense with comic books, and I feel like that's where
Well,
the
yeah, the
printing, at least that
downfall
medium,
is
that,
the new.
I feel like that's where you're going to lose it.
The downfall is the new generation. That's what's going to kill us. Because when we my full thought is when what we could consider dinosaurs die, then it'll be full digital, right? Because we like the paper. Kids have a short attention span. They want digital. They want quick. They want easy. They want it on their phone. That's just that simple. And that's why I give you a number of like maybe 10 to 15 years, right? Because shit, and the thing about the dollar comics, that argument, I get it, right? But dude, that was 30 years ago. I mean,
But
majority of Marvel,
$2.99.
yeah, I know that, but majority of Marvel comics are $3.99, and you know, DC does the $1 more for a variant cover. You know, they're a little bit higher.
Ones Marvels I read like $4.99, and like
no,
even
I'm
like
telling you right now, I
look
look at it. Almost all of them, except for like
because they like you, Billy.
3 to 5
they
titles.
give you a better deal.
No, they don't. 3 to 5 titles might be more. And then if they introduce a number 1, they're going to spike the thing. That's never changed. It's always been the same. But I mean, it's been 30 years. We can't really bitch about $3 anymore. I get it.
I don't think they're $3, man. I think they're more 4 and 5 and 6.
Well, I'm talking about like a $3 to $4. Well, dude, you want me? I'll pull up Penguin. I'll show you right now. It's $3.99 for like 75% of the books.
Okay,
everything. So
Billy, can I comment? Because I'm pretty sure you're aiming most of those at me.
No, I'm
the one that's saying the comic industry is dying. I just want to give you some facts on it. So first of all, you operate out of your house and or warehouse, right?
That's correct.
So you don't have a store, you don't have a rent, you don't have an electric bill that's on
100%.
top of your business. So when I say we're going to lose half of the comic shops in the next year, I mean that.
Okay, that's possible. But you said the comic industry is dying.
If half of Billy, if half of the stores close in the next year, how much of an industry are we going to have left? Do you think Marvel and DC are going to make these comic books for 600 stores, of which maybe only 50 are ordering a quantity enough for them to give a shit?
Well, one of your favorite things you guys talk about is pivoting. And the fact that, let's just be honest, have you pivoted to go online yet?
Yeah, I'm online every day, dude.
Oh, no. Are you do online sales of, let's just say, you were talking about new books, basically, right? We're not.
Dennis is big on Amazon.
I'm huge on Amazon. I sell on Amazon like every day,
eBay,
regular comic books from the last
live
30 years.
Whatnot.
That's not what I'm trying to say. That's not what I'm trying to say.
I don't have to do eBay live or whatnot to be
pre-ordering online.
I'm not saying that, but like you're talking about, so you have a brick and mortar, right? And it's basically like a collector's
a retro comic book store.
Okay, and you are going to survive whether new comics die or not.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you're what we're really talking about then is new comics retailers with brick and mortars. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so those
and we're
new
poised to lose half of them.
Okay, so if there's that real fear out there, okay, and they don't want to continue selling new comic books and they're afraid they got to close down and they can't do what you're doing, then they have to go to a .com because everything is online, dude.
Yes,
and the whole world is internet.
You're 100% right.
The whole world is internet. So it's bound to happen. Dude, no one goes shopping anymore.
What happens when 600 comic book store retailers move into your online space? Do you think you're all going to make that online money, or do you think you're all going to make a smaller pie of that online money?
I don't know the answer to that. I know that if they have their customers and they say, look, guys, instead of you guys coming down to the shop, we're going to pivot to online. We hope you still buy from us because we're your local comic book shop. Then fine, they'll keep their customers. But it's not like I don't have competition already, dude. There's hundreds of online stores, maybe even thousands. I don't know the numbers.
Don't you think
77,000 according to Jesse?
Don't you guys think the bigger problem is that the industry is not doing enough to bring in new people? like I understand the old, like, you know, you have customers, you got us old heads who are going to.
You're talking about the youth.
Yeah, you have to bring in new customers because you got customers that are dying off. You can't just not have new customers and have new excitement.
Well, let's pitch that. So a couple years ago, what happened? We have I'm going to say it, woke. They went full woke, and they tried it, and it failed. They thought that was the way into a new breed of buyers, apparently, which was totally wrong.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I'm saying it's not happening right now. The youth are going to go digital. They're going to make their money digital. That's how they're going to make it eventually.
Yep.
From 2017.
Of like
hold on. John,
Yeah.
give me 1 second on this. I just want to, and I'll shut the hell up.
No.
From 2016, 2017 to 2019, we had absolute perfect recording of every comic book that ever sold. We knew those numbers. They were ever decreasing. The largest books would spike and then drop. The middle books were all dropping. The bottom books were all minuscule. Okay. Then 2020 happens. DC leaves. Okay. End of 2020 into 2021, Marvel leaves. Comic-Con has 0 numbers. Nothing. Zilch. Do you think those numbers continue to slide down, or do you think those numbers in any way, shape, or form that aren't being reported are going up at all?
No, I think everything goes down.
It's an industry problem, and there's no reason to track online new customers. Like somebody sells something and it's gone.
No, I would think that everything goes down for sure. Everything's going down because there aren't new buyers. It's just us.
We're the customer.
Well, the customers. I don't know how many youth you see.
I don't know that Jesse, you did your best year ever. I don't know that you do your best year ever in sales if you don't have. I don't think like old customers are buying more. I don't know that I necessarily buy that. I think it's a combination.
I definitely didn't say they're buying more. What I'm saying is there aren't new customers coming into the store.
Anybody with that Tampa Bay Buccaneers helmet in their background, it's completely legit. So whatever he says, it's got to be true.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I can just tell you, Billy. I can just tell you, in my store has 0 new comic customers. 0.
Yeah.
Okay. My customers are comic book character fans.
Yeah.
They just want to buy something with Batman. They want to have a Spider-Man comic in their cubicle. They want to buy their kid a Spider-Man comic book because he watches the cartoon at home. That's so I can tell you, I've got kids, I've got young adults, I've got 20-year-olds that are buying stacks of freaking books. It blows my mind every time I see a 20-year-old buy a stack. The first customer I had in my store on my opening night was a 19-year-old girl who cleaned out 50 copies of Spawn because her dad loves Spawn, and she cleaned out every Spawn back issue I had. That's
you're actually a positive then.
Yes.
You're actually a positive towards the statement comics are dying. You're actually a positive.
How many retailers do you think they're like me though, Billy?
Dude, I know in our state here we have like 3. I don't know. We have like 3, or at least in the area. James, Jesse, I'm not sure. There's about 3 or 4 like marketplaces that don't sell new books, right? Like Collectors Marketplace and
Zia.
Zia's. Yeah, but
I was going to make a joke where Dennis is saying that.
I have a limited time. I have very limited time here because why? I have to do a show and sell books, and I have to sell comics. The key is let me help everybody here and put you in reality. There are 77,000 people that sell comic books on eBay. All right.
Yeah.
Only thing that matters is service. Give your customers good service, good prices, good shipping. If you say you're going to ship out the next day, you ship out the next day. Right now, I am selling anywhere from 2,500 to 4,000 books a week. Now, that's with my whole company. Here's the thing. We sell comics. I don't sit there and I say, oh, well, this percentage is new issues. This is Golden Age. This is Silver Age. This is Bronze Age. Our job is to sell comics. And if we're too busy trying to figure out numbers on new issues, just sell books. And if
What
you just
happens
sell
when there
books,
is no more new issues, though, Jesse? Is that ever going to be
What?
a thing? Is there going to be a
Is
thing?
there no
when-
more new issues? Well, there's no more new issues. If that, there's always going to be new issues. It's how the platform is sold. So if it's digital, if it's listen, I think every comic should be done as made to order. This is the number ordered, 2,650 copies. You're going to make 2,650 copies plus your 15% for damages. Done. No more of this. Well, we ordered 2,600, but we made 7,000 copies, because you know what? It's great for me when I can go to Diamond and buy all these new issues for $1 because they didn't sell. And you're buying 1 in 10s for $2 and 1 in 50s for $5. Why? Because our industry does not work on actual sales. They think wholesale numbers rule the world. They don't. We're the only industry that uses wholesale numbers. So at the end of the day, I just want to pop in and give you guys.
Don't leave yet. I have one question.
Sure.
So Jesse, how many of now you might not know the answer to this, but what do you think the percentage of publishers are overprinting past the 15% for damage? I mean, like an honest reality.
105% of them do. And there's a lot of reasons for it. They're overprinting for two things: conventions, right? And a lot of them are doing eBay stores. Now, the funny thing about publishers, and these publishers, if they watch the show, or they get pissed when I say this, a lot of publishers don't use their real name on eBay. All right.
Yeah.
Why? Because they want to sell that 1 in 50. They want to sell that 1 in 10, and they want to sell that 1 in 25, and they want to get max dollars. They don't want to wholesale it. Why would you wholesale a book that's running for $50? You got 10, and you're then wholesale it for $2.50. So there's shenanigans going all over the place. But every publisher overprints because they do conventions. They do have online stores. If you're shipping books through Diamond, you better be overprinting by 25%.
Is anybody shipping through Diamond?
Well, whoever, you know what?
Throw it out there.
So if you're shipping, and this is throughout history, I had to put on my Bucky's hat to get in the goat.
I love the Bucky's hat. I was like, don't mess
the
with
Lucky
Texas.
Rooster wasn't doing it for me. So at the end of the day, I can just tell you, retailers. Let me say one more thing. If you go to an event for 6 days and you're not in your store selling, you're losing money. So if you go to an event for 6 days and you're losing money, you're in the hole when you come back. I don't care how much.
Oh, no, you'll get that special rare variant they made just for you, Jesse.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying you're then get those variants, but those variants don't cover your cost for everything.
How many retailers do you think went to ComicsPro?
100, maybe 150.
I'm not even going to comment on that. I'm just going to say they showed up, right? Whoever showed up, you can look at Swag's video. He went to some rooms, look at the tables. That's your answer. But to go to an event for 5 days, hang out, do XYZ, when everything announced that ComicsPro is being announced on Bleeding Cool 30 seconds later.
I'll add to that, Jesse. At a town where I forget how many, but I want to say like at least 3,000 people whose homes burned down are all staying in hotels. I got to believe the rack rate for those hotel rooms was way high.
Right, exactly.
As well.
Exactly. So anyways, I want to come on. I got to get prep for my show. Again, you're looking at the guy that goes on at 12:30 a.m. to 4 a.m. to sell comic books. So there are tons of people out there that want comic book therapy. They want good books. They want to be entertained. And at the end, your service ends when they get the books. So make sure you ship those books out to people that are buying books. That's the best way to sell them more books. Have a great show. I just wanted to jump in real fast and always be selling, folks. Have a good one.
Jesse.
Get to slinging, Jesse.
Yeah.
Well, I take that as a positive. I mean, he's saying that there's always buyers, and you know, eBay's the proof of that and stuff like that. And I just want to try. Like, I don't know why. I just want to try to stay positive because I feel like I'm doing okay over here. I don't know everybody, and maybe I'm doing okay because I built an audience and I earned it somewhere along the line to have a good, decent business. But I do, I think the comic book stores in my area are doing well. I never hear them complaining. There's always people there. I know everything is inevitable. I just don't think it's happening right now.
So it's like drive-in movie theaters are gone, but we still have movies.
Yeah, but
well, they're not gone. But you know what I mean, right? Like,
well, and a
it used to
shameless
be the
plug
thing.
for I just did my hippie record store analogy last week on YouTube. There are business models that survive these gigantic, colossal storms, and we're talking about vinyl. Vinyl has come out on the other side as a winning model, as a retro market. Comic books will survive, but they are going to have the worst period of time, worse than Napster closing every single Tower Records and Virgin Records there was. Okay. To the point where you have got to sell something else for the next 5 years other than that new diamond box every week.
I love hearing the Napster reference. I had not heard that in a long time.
Dude, I swear by it, because what I see happening right now is the Napster crash of comic books.
Yeah. James, how's it going, my brother?
It's going.
Yeah.
Just been listening to the conversation for the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I think that the ultimate, I mean, we can just go in circles on this whole thing, but I think that events like this aren't as big as a deal as they used to be. It's obvious. I don't think there was anything that was told here that was like at ComicsPro that was like mind blowing. They had Jim Lee there and Jeff Loeb talking about Hush. I think that was kind of cool, but they announced that not only, I thought it was cool when they first announced the new Hush storyline. It was going to take place in the Batman title, just like the original Hush. But then they announced today that they're splitting it up. The first half is going to take place in the Batman title, and the second half they're making a whole new series for it. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing?
Can I remind you of All-Star Batman and Robin?
What?
Damn it!
Yeah.
Can I remind you of All-Star Batman and Robin?
Oh,
yeah, that they never finished.
That they never finished because Frank and Jim couldn't get together to finish it.
Yeah.
When you break something off and you rely on Jim Lee, you have a slight chance of not finishing it.
Yeah.
But it's the same. I get that, but it's the same thing as doing crossovers. I mean, fucking Doom. This Doom event is in every goddamn book in Marvel,
and they're not that good.
The Doom book itself solo was decent. I haven't read all the attachments, but it's not like they haven't been doing that for 40 years. Crossovers.
The Doom Academy one is I couldn't read it. I
know
it was
for a
different
bad audience.
Yeah,
it's not for us.
Yeah,
I tell you, if Daredevil is not great, then I got a bad feeling.
Dude, Daredevil's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So
Daredevil's
let
great.
things play out. Let things play out. I think Superman's going to be a hit. I think people that have held on to their DC back issues and things like that. I think DC's going to. People are going to be buying and selling DC vintage and like at a bigger rate. They're going to experience what Marvel's been experiencing for the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, they got a nice long.
I will give you guys,
the minute Superman like hits, kids are going to go see that.
Yeah,
right.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope
that's
so.
going to be a Superman you can take your kids to, young ones. They're going to see that, and they're going to want to go to the comic book store. Bank on that.
I will tell you, I think that I have actually an interesting analogy on the comic book discussion, and we can leave it at this. But just when I was growing up in North Carolina, so my dad and my godfather had a furniture company, and the one thing I remember asking my godfather's kids, they went to work for it, and I remember asking my dad, I was like, hey, I think it was in high school, about like working for it, and he told me absolutely not. He was like, when you're 15 years older, 25 years older, no one's going to want furniture. They're going to want TVs, computers, and video games. and he was way ahead of his game, talking about that in the 90s. And he's like, and then there's still furniture, and there's still furniture companies, but there are not as many as there used to be. So it's just kind of one of those things that's relevant.
I remember that joke in 2000, where your TV and your video game system and everything that you had, your DVD player, all of that equaled more than the couch and 2 chairs that you sit on in your house. You got those from the curb from the guy who had better couches and chairs than you.
That's exactly right. He said, like, people are going to hand their stuff down, but people are not going to pay $5,000, $10,000 for sofa and love seats and chairs anymore. They're going to put it towards technology. It's going to be completely different. And you'll have some people who will, but they're going to people who are going to be a little more flush than others. And there's
so when I got divorced, I took my ex-wife to the furniture store, and they were running what?
Like there's like High Points where most people go like to get
like
cheaper
the cheap
furniture.
place. Art Vans around here in Michigan is like the mid-level place. You know,
gotcha.
24 month financing, 0 down, blah 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 blah. But they were giving away a $500 TV if you spent more than $1,000 on the furniture. And I was like, okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to buy you this $1,500 couch and I get the TV. That way I didn't have to lose my really nice couch and she got the shitty couch.
I don't know what you guys are saying, but me and my wife went to a furniture store about like 4 months ago. I didn't think we were going to get anything, but I ended up having to buy her a new couch that was really fucking expensive. And then the motherfucker sold us on these pillows that were $300 a piece, bro.
That's the
undercoating. I put my big fat head on that pillow. That pillow, like, holy shit. It felt like hands were rubbing my head, dude. I said, like, how much is it? Give me 2.
It's like the sides in Wolf of Wall Street. They were really good sides.
Bro, so like furniture stores are dangerous if you like taking your wife or your girlfriend, bro, because like you'll leave broke. I don't care like if we're in the digital age and you don't need that couch. Let's get a flat screen. Let's take it all across the wall. We can sit on the floor on a futon, you know. But
well, Joe, not to get into names, but like the company I did work for, and they were around in Texas for over 100 years. And they went out of business a couple of years, like 2 years ago.
What was the company?
I'll tell you later. But like again, and they were furniture and that kind of stuff. And because I remember leaving, I was telling people, I'm like, they're the next H.H. Gregg. I'm like, they'll be out of business. And
now, what do you
outdated model?
So, what do you think caused it? Was it because I know furniture, they have like over exasperated margins, like they pay. Like they're making almost 50-60% over,
it's more like 300%. It's like 300% profit margins.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can tell you, like furniture itself, like if you're buying like the fabric, you can literally charge what they call COM, and it could be literally $7 a yard and charge $300 a yard for it. So depending on like what it's a completely different world. But that was more focused on people who need the financing and the rates and just different things along those lines. But
now what if the people that work there were the cause of all these furniture stores to close? Like, do we really know that if they were a great salesman? Like, what if they all sucked? Like, do you see a lot of people applying for a furniture job?
Red Hood. I've watched you on shows. I've watched Bryan on shows. I've watched everybody on shows. How many people say that the comic shop employees suck? A lot of times.
And that's actually the reason I go to the comic book store, is actually to hang out with the comic book people, because like you can, and that's the LCS is that's Dennis, like with your shop, like I would love to go to your shop, like just to hang out with the folks in the shop.
Yeah, just to comics, get an argument with Dennis, man.
Like that is actually. We were talking about with Billy. I know he had dropped, but that's I think that's the part that's intangible, is the hanging out and like the feeling of being in the store and like, hey, what's coming up next? And like, hey, we actually had somebody bring this piece of art in and this, and
well,
it's hard to quantify.
And I just want to
Dennis,
finish.
you know as well as I do, a lot of these shops that don't make it, they don't have back issues.
Nope.
And that's a draw. in
Yeah.
addition to having new comics, because they can get new comics anywhere, but
Yeah.
they don't know anything about their comics.
Excuse
They
me,
don't
Reverend,
know
can I ask something?
any good key runs to suggest to customers. Like they don't talk to like they have no business being in business in the first place, right? So
Excuse me, they
it's the
also don't
LCS
diversify their product
like
line,
my
too.
buddy, like he's
Yeah.
killing it, just killing it, because he's got back issues, he's got runs.
Well,
He
I was at
knows
my
what,
I was
right?
at my that show today. So I called in right before we closed at 7:00 and I said, "Hey, how do we?" I saw we did really good. And they're like, "Yeah, we had a really great day today." I go, "What was our best seller?" And first thing she said was Pokemon by far. I go, "What was second best?"
Yep.
And she was like, "Comic books a close second." And I was like, "Okay, great. That's all I wanted to know." And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at what this industry is kind of boiled down. 20 years of owning a store for me, 30, 35 years of selling this shit. All different levels. There's money out there. Billy, I absolutely agree with you, but I just want to wrap this up. You were like, well, why can't we just stay positive? Why? Because I'm not the kind of guy that can go to ComicsPro and go, remain calm, all is well, keep buying new books, put your orders in as high as you can, and we'll save this industry. That is not the right move right now. I just don't feel it. I can't be the shill that says this industry deserves your money, comic retailers. You need to spend as much as you can right now to maintain these fat cats at their publishing houses cranking out shit.
Well,
and 80 to 90% of everything that the publishers are cranking out is shit just to crank out to get our money, the retailers.
Here's
Are you going to talk or what?
No, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like, you remember when Superman the movie came out?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You remember the beginning of the movie where the little kid's talking? He takes out Action Comics #1, starts
Black and
flipping
white.
through the pages. Do you know what that did for the industry of comic books? Right? Do you remember that propelled it into the 80s?
Yeah.
Right? Like we need something like that again. And
Just
the
in
only way you're
time-
going to get it is through another medium.
Well, and
comic
just-
books aren't driving comic books.
And just
That's
in
why
time
Marvel
for
rivals
comics to
that are,
start
like,
dipping,
driving that too.
and Marvel had to give them Secret Wars.
Mhm.
DC gave them Dark Knight Returns. DC gave them some of the best, avant-garde Watchmen, you name it.
Mhm.
I'm not seeing anything like that kind of pivot that this industry is ready to do right now.
Yeah.
Red, you mentioned rivals, and then I think the one thing in Swag's video that came out of that was what people didn't say was that they weren't talking about rivals in any way as sort of a mover. And he was really surprised by that at a ComicsPro convention, that he felt like he was ahead of the curve. He's been ahead of the curve for months in his mind. The market's certainly, the secondary market looks like it's supporting it.
Yeah. But John, the people who go to ComicsPro meetings are exactly the Prius farting and wine glass types from that South Park episode. They are. And those guys.
I love you, Dennis.
Excuse me, guys. Can I ask something about comics?
I don't
Tell me I'm
vote on
wrong.
that.
Billy,
I
tell
don't
me I'm
vote on
wrong. You know those retailers. You've met some of those
It's so
retailers.
funny because I got a
don't
picture of
vote.
a buddy from ComicsPro and he's with Jim Lee and he's like, I told you I'd be my best friend.
Was he farting? That's fucking funny,
He
man.
probably would be.
He
Comics
farted.
Pro is a circle jerk. Yeah, I said it.
So Brian, or Blind Adam, you were talking about something earlier. Tell us what you were trying to get in.
I also say the same type of people that Hood was talking about. The comic stores that don't have back issues, and they only have new comics and nothing but new comics, and I wonder where they're failing, as they don't have like other products to self-support when new comics don't sell for shit outside of high-end ratios, and then you have like no action figures or rivals is hot, and you don't have Funko Pops with rivals.
Adam, have you ever looked up just one night? Do yourself a favor. Eisner Comic Shop Eisner videos.
I've watched a few of them.
And how many of those is a store that you would want to go to?
Maybe 1 out of 10.
Yeah. I mean, chat, tell me.
panel, tell me, have you watched any of those Eisner videos? Are any of those stores the type of store that you would want to shop at as your LCS?
If I was close to it, yeah, of course.
I'm about to say, please tell me one said Wonder
you
World
want to
on
go? You want to shop at the coffee shop LGBT section?
I don't care. I don't care. I don't think that
They have no back issues.
I mean, we
Hey,
don't.
dude, no bullshit. I went to one in San Francisco, and they had this bougie furniture, dude.
Yes.
Like halfway laying on the floor, and the oddest comics from like this independent. Like I'm looking around, like where are the comic books? They're all
We have the
there. And I
Heckler
go,
series
like,
from DC in '91, the 7 issues.
and they go, we don't do DC or Marvel. We're and I was like, huh?
It's artisan
What's-
comics.
What's that fucking guy flying? Like
We got
that
all the
fucking
Archer and
flying,
Armstrong that
dude,
you
in
want.
front of the fucking building you have, dude. Who's fucking flying? That's Superman.
I went to a
dude.
shop. And I shit you not. I'm not going to tell you the name of the store. They had a section called Capes, and it was about 20 superhero comics in that section. That's it.
I know the store Dennis is talking about.
Capes.
That was what they called superhero comics, Cape Comics.
Yep.
And that was how they relegated it off to the side, far away from their Eisner Award-winning books that nobody's read.
Or gave two shits about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that the top 100 trade paperbacks from 2023 or 20. It was all the stuff that we talk about on this show, but none of those win Eisners. You know.
You know, when we talk here, I can't help but think about Miles Morales because it's the shittiest written comic book in the history of comic books. But what drove that book was the video game. And I gotta say, what Marvel Rivals is doing with Jeff the Land Shark and now with Gwenpool, like it's going to create a new audience. And if these movies, God help us, do what they're supposed to do, the Spectre of Doom is with Doomsday and Robert Downey Jr. and the Russos, like based on what they've done, like they've done 5 movies and they haven't been bad. I don't suspect 6 and 7 are going to be bad.
No,
I wish they gave out comics at the movies, or just like dollar, something. Because
I proposed that 10 years ago.
Because I feel like that's where the gap is, or maybe it's a bigger gap, but just at least that would get someone, the kids interested in all the volume of
get a
people
comic
you have
book in a
coming in,
kid's
whether
hand.
kids
It's
or
over,
teenagers or 20 or 30-year-olds, but the 20-year-olds who have money or out of college, like to get them back in, or you can get them interested. I mean, like that
Kelly
feels
Thompson?
like a loss.
Yes, she is. Yes.
Is Kelly Thompson the writer of Jeff the Land Shark?
Yes.
She's the creator of it. She created it in her run of West Coast Avengers.
Yeah.
You guys, no one's gonna read that shit. It's about covers. Come on.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
Come on,
Oh,
guys.
you're 100% right. Because I bought the one book that was like $6.99. Jeff, it's me, it's Jeff.
Yeah, it's Jeff.
And there were no words. I opened it up. I was like, where's the dialogue? And I was just like,
You got to pay a
It's a
write
fish,
up for
bro.
a dialogue,
I'm like,
mate.
I feel
It's
like
a
someone
fish
was
dog.
in front of me and just like they said, gotcha. I'm like, yep, you did.
Jeff is
$7.
all about the pussy.
Don't
All the
alarm
ones. He goes
goes off.
Gwenpool, Kate
I
Bishop.
like Jeff too. I just thought it was just. I was like, they got me.
Did you guys see
They got me.
Supergirl's new costume by Art Germ?
No.
That's Archer.
That
No,
is
that's not Art Germ, dude.
That's Art
That
Germ.
might be the worst art germ. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Someone please humor me and be my eyes for a minute.
She's got a midriff showing. So
like 2
half
inches
shirt.
of midriff.
Yeah.
Adam, you would really enjoy this.
Form-fitting top.
Her back is very concave.
A veil for a cape.
Okay.
Just get the lotion out now, Adam.
Diagonal thigh highs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good.
There's
Imagine
only
Jennifer
one,
Connelly
there's
in the
only
80s
one
with blonde
Supergirl,
hair.
bro. There's only one Supergirl, and that's this one right here.
Look at this cover.
And she loves
Mama.
dogs.
Mama.
There you go, Hood.
Hey, look at the cat. There's a super cat. I
Is
didn't
that
know.
Squeaks the cat? Is that Squeaks?
Is that super pussy? I'm just playing. Sorry.
There is a Artgerm cover coming.
Okay.
For issue number 1. So let's see if I can.
He's doing a cover for each issue.
Ah, mama.
Her face looks messed up.
Mama.
Her
Face looks
face.
weird though. Look at her face.
Yeah. What's up with her face?
Don't all our Germs girls like they all the faces look the same, right?
She doesn't
They
have a
don't
nose.
Smiles like that, dude.
Dude, she's got the crazy eyes that you'd have to avoid when you're dating.
Money.
You're ruining it for Adam.
Those are the orgasm eyes, man.
I don't know,
Yes,
man. Those are
They're
crazy
I
eyes.
like hot dogs.
Look at
They're
the
amazing,
space
man.
in between her eyes, and then her little nose. It doesn't make sense. I can't. It won't.
No, that's how it for people whose parents are alcoholics. That's how it is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You are
Why?
correct. You are correct.
Let's go look at furniture.
Now let's get some Adam Hughes on that. Have you seen
Yeah.
Adam Hughes lately? Holy shit, that'll save some comics right there.
I
Yeah.
know. A pop.
Are you done,
pop,
Adam? Did they ruin it for you?
Absolute adventure time.
Yeah, absolute adventure time. Yeah, what's going on?
Oh
Oni
my
Press.
God, dude. It's a
Yeah,
cannibalization. It's going to be
Can't wait.
cannibalization, man.
There's new.
The industry is a Donner Party right now.
What
new
is that?
EC
Out of
titles.
Alcatraz?
New EC titles. Blood Type is a new one coming out. Andrea Sorrentino is going to be drawing that. And then there is. Looks like you're going to get.
I picked up a ton of EC books in the dollar boxes today.
Really?
Back,
Old
back
school or
issues.
new?
Back issues
Yeah.
of this stuff, the new modern stuff. Cruel
It's
Universe.
pretty- it's good.
1. I
It's
picked
pretty
up
good,
like
man.
5 or 6 different issues of Cruel Universe number 1.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's good. That Bianchi,
It's
that
fine.
that Bermejo cover this week on Epitaph from the Abyss was fantastic.
Dude, every week he's been crushing those cover eights.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. 100%.
But yeah, that was a good one this week too.
Out of Alcatraz. Okay, Oni Press most successful year gives 8,000 retailer grant. What is this? Did you guys see this? Breaking from
This
the
is some
ComicsPro conference, we
bullshit.
got substantial news from president and publisher Hunter Goranson. The Portland-based independent comics stalwart was proud to report that 2024 was the best performing year by any available
Oh, yeah.
metric in Oni's 28-year history, which they credit to a returned focus on the direct market.
Dude, it's EC.
Yeah,
That's
you're
it.
100% right. That's easy.
Yeah, but here's the
saving.
thing. Oni represents less than 1% of this industry. So even when they have a really good year, it's 2%.
That's true.
Well, here's how they're trying to pay back the dividend to retailers in 2025. So it says here, Oni intends to pay back the dividend of 2024's success to retailers in the form of a new elective retailer initiative called Oni 8 that will naturally include 8 points for retailers, including monthly returnability, rolling blacklist sales, maximized biannual discounts, and so on and so on, and an $8,000 improvement grant for a store.
For one store.
Yeah, that's kind of shitty.
That's a quick spin.
Yeah.
The other 1,199 can go fuck themselves.
How about that improvement grant? Be better stories from Omni Press.
That's still kind of cool that they're doing that, though. I mean,
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah. Whoever gets that's going to be super fucking stoked. I'll tell you
Oh,
that. A new Hickman thing that doesn't look that great. It's going to be Nova Core stuff with the
Rey Mysterio Jr.
Yeah, the Imperial. You know, what are the Star Jammers stuff?
Nova's going to be in the WCW, bro.
Yeah, it does
Look
look
at
like
that.
it's Rey Mysterio. Yeah.
Oh, is that really?
It does, yeah.
Well, Hickman's good though, man.
He is, but
Oh yeah.
so it says here,
But he
Hickman's-
drops off when Hickman drops off. He drops off like Donny Cates.
Yes.
Oh, well, he's still, at least he's still writing.
So
No,
we're gonna
Donny
get
Cates is gone.
elements from his scrapped Imperial Guard and New Mutants storyline. It'll explore cosmic realms with influences from Nova Corps and Shi'ar technology.
Man, sometimes Hickman is like so, like, bro, bust out a dictionary, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I get a
he's-
headache,
he-
man.
Yeah, he gets really into it. Well, speaking of that, did you hear about the new Ultimate Spider-Man incursion stuff?
Yeah, I did.
Have we already had this?
Yeah, I feel like we get this incursion thing that happens every time. They have to build.
Can
They
I
have
play?
to say,
Can I play a game?
Yeah, go for it.
Just roll your cursor over that creative team real quick. Who? Go down. Who? Go
I know
down.
who Cody
Who?
Ziegler is.
Cody Ziegler is a negative on this. Yeah, get him
I'm pretty
out of there.
confident that this is going to be a home run based on.
I gotta say one thing about Cody Ziegler. If it's the same guy, he was the one that was writing Miles.
Yes, and Spider-Punk.
A couple like last year, Miles was really good. I enjoyed it, and I even told him at con, I'm like, dude, you're doing a good job on Miles, because I couldn't read it ever, but I could read it last year.
I
But I don't
didn't
know
read
about
that.
now.
I didn't read that because I think that Cody Ziegler might be the worst writer in comics.
Yeah, this is Brian's favorite. When they
Oh,
announced
I didn't know that.
at San
Yeah.
Diego, he was just that was the most angry I've ever seen Brian.
It wasn't anger; it's
talking
just
about
disgust. It was like, "What are you doing? This guy ruins comics." I mean, he
Yeah.
took a home run, a complete home run, knock it out the park. Storyline and everything with Spider-Punk. All you have to do for that is know
I
punk
forgot about
history,
that.
know the punk community. Just hire somebody that can do it. They hired somebody that has no clue, and you could tell.
Bro,
And it was just a great
If they would have
idea.
gotten Rick Remender to do
Yes.
Spider-Punk,
Yes.
that's on another level.
Yep.
It was
Right?
like when they did what was that? What if Miles Morales became Thor?
Yeah, that's the same type of shit. Yeah, I think it was the same guy. It might have been the same
And he
guy.
tagged up Asgard, and
Mhm.
and everybody was livid.
Yeah, stupid.
I totally forgot.
You got to remember these things.
Yeah, and those books sold for a lot too.
Yeah, they became like a
now what are
$40
they,
book
though?
overnight because of that.
I don't know.
Flash in
Billy-
the pans don't save industries. Flash in the pans just become a joke.
What do you
Yes,
think
but
about?
it is flash in the pan. That's what they try to do. It was the first appearance in every damn book.
Yeah.
What do you think about Ultimate Wolverine issue number 2, Billy? Did you read it?
Of which one?
Did issue number 2 for Ultimate Wolverine come out this week?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it was last week, or was it this week?
Yeah, this Wednesday,
It
this
was
last
last
Wednesday.
week.
Yeah,
It was last week. I liked it, dude. He doesn't talk at all. He just kills.
that's
I love
awesome. Yeah, I gotta check it out. Look at
Brian, I think you like it. It was a really good read.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cape Shoal, who has one of the best YouTube channels for just doing page-by-page recaps of comic books.
yeah.
You just have anyone who wants to know how I'm reading stuff at the moment. You know, there are 4 really good YouTube channels that do motion comics and page-by-page read-alongs.
Also,
Is that-
comics
is that supposed to
explained.
be Professor X with that helmet?
That was the maker.
Yeah.
The maker, yeah.
Maker.
Bill
RJ,
Sienkiewicz
what up?
and Brett Anderson with Battle Quest at ComicsPro. What is this? The Young Nomads, Battle Quest Comics. That is beautiful.
That's
a
gonna
great.
dump. That's garbage.
And
Let's
and
be
like
real.
I'm not trying to shit on you, Billy. It's
Not the
none of
cover.
this stuff is going to move a needle. Yes, you
No,
can
no,
sell
no.
it.
I just said that. I just said
Yeah.
that's garbage. Not the cover. That
No,
book
I'm
won't
talking.
sell.
I'm talking about almost all of this. It's just not going to move the needle enough to save this industry.
No.
I think we're okay, but that's our difference. I think we're
Yeah.
okay right now, and you think we're about to be in a coffin. So
Well, Here's what everybody really wants to see: the exclusives that were at the ComicsPro. You got a sketch cover. That's kind of cool. Uncanny Valley. That's of course our boy Tony Fleece's book. So him and
that
Dave.
Ghost Machine is old.
Yeah. Is
They
this
already
old?
released that.
Dave's
Ghost
the one I
Machine.
got into the fight with.
Is this
last
old?
summer?
I think this is old. Is this old?
Dude,
This might be old.
That's
Yeah,
last
that's
year's.
old.
That's last year's.
Yeah, that is
Unless they're
old.
giving-
Where are the comics? Did they give any comics out?
I looked. I don't know if they've given out the comics yet because I looked at new drops, and the only thing was that Batman Hush Ash can that they've already dropped at
It's another
Fan
drop
Expo.
at Expo.
Maybe
Comic-Con?
check eBay and put
I
Comics
did.
Pro.
I did.
Like I was just telling Brian to
Oh.
maybe take a look on eBay at Comics Pro 2025 or something like that.
Maybe they're doing the same thing they did at New York Comic Con, where they weren't giving
That's
out the
new.
variants to the end of all the seminars.
So there's this one bunker right here. Um,
You have to go pee club.
there's a
How
Chip
did you know?
Zdarsky Comics Pro variant.
God.
Let me go to Cover Price. Let me see if Cover Price.
Those are
has a-
so dumb, dude.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen those?
Yeah.
It's like a news thing. You can order it. It's like a news magazine every week. I don't
Yeah,
the
the
hell no one-
Zdarsky
stupid.
Shaker.
And I like shit.
Report.
Wanna go?
Nope, they don't have any
Sorry.
Comics Pro.
My
thing.
dog's eyeballing me.
Surprise. Surprise. So, let me see here. Power Rangers, Pink Ranger, maybe. What's that? Power Rangers Prime. Comics Pro exclusive. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't see anything crazy. Hello Darkness. Seth Rollins wrestling.
Hey, bro, go back up. Did you see that 0.3 PGX?
Yeah.
Is that the first appearance of a fucking 0.3? Holy shit, bro. Bro, click on that shit. Oh my God.
But it's signed by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby.
Yeah, the Kirby's the one. but-
Bro,
Yeah.
a 0.3.
What is it? Just a page?
Yeah. First
Oh,
appearance
that's
of the
definitely-
Teen Brigade and Metal Master.
Coverless?
Incredible Hulk number
No,
6.
no. Point 3 means it's a cover list for PGX.
Oh, is that what it means?
Yeah, that means they go no grade in G for just a page.
How much do they want for
I've
it?
never seen 0.3.
I never seen it either.
It's 800 or best offer.
And that's signed by Lee and Kirby.
Yeah.
I'd pay 800 for both of them on a Hulk.
And I was saying, I would pay, gladly pay 800 for the Kirby Sega Drill alone.
I think
Not-
that's, I think
not
that's the most
PGX.
awesome shit I've seen tonight, dude. 0.3.
Justin
Bro.
Covets buddy, dude.
To get
No,
How
I
did
think
that
it's
come up on
0.4,
a How did that
bro.
come up on a
Shit.
Comics Pro search?
Justin Shannon. It's a 0.2 is what you're talking about.
Hey, bro, if they came out with a 0.1, that's a buy for me, bro.
I
Blank
still need my
sketch variants,
6.9.
WWF. I don't see
Yeah,
anything
it sounds
really
like the
crazy.
Comics Pro sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're out of the main search now.
Yeah. It's kind of shitty. That's really shitty. But you know what that means, you guys?
Yes, this is what I'm waiting for.
This is what we've all been waiting for.
I got at you, McClay. I hope this makes your comic book drama, because these dudes, goofy ass dudes.
Into the news. Into the into the
But let's get down to business.
All right. Drama alert, ladies and gentlemen.
Drama!
Drama!
It is a,
Drama!
a
You should have heard what
big-
Hood just said. It's horrible.
a big day for drama alert around here. I had so many people reach out to me and say, I can't wait for drama alert. And they're all waiting.
Oh, what a good doggy. Look at that, bro.
Oh, cutie pie.
Aw.
She said she texted Brian about this drama alert too. She told me to text Brian, so I did. Good job, Chloe. Good job.
Well, drama.
Hello, everyone.
The return of Sticky Goose.
Son of a bitch.
This guy.
Oh, let's have it.
Dude, Adam was almost done too, dude. You just ruined it for him. He was
know.
that
Motherfucker's
close to
coming
that
back?
Supergirl.
What are you going to shop at IKEA? What the fuck, bro?
He fixed his wall.
Yeah.
Doesn't this look like a fake sticky goose? Like it doesn't look like a real. I think this is a different sticky goose.
It's a doppelganger.
It's a doppelganger. Yeah. This
Yeah,
is-
AI sticky goose.
Yeah, it's a Nick Fury robot.
RJ,
No, Dick.
it's so bright in there, Adam. Your light's super bright.
Yeah. You guys got to remember, Blind Adam is actually blind. So
I know that.
So is my light on or off?
yeah, it's on.
Okay, so
Is it off
Blind
now?
Adam.
No,
That's
turn it
better.
off.
Imagine a total loser wearing a I don't know hat in front of a giant wall of omnibuses and trade paperbacks, like he's what was that guy's name? Jim Mint.
Jim Mint. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. Adam.
Instead of his wall of CGC books.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He's a
at least Jim Mint wasn't
compilation.
a poser little bitch.
Well,
yep.
He has turned into the biggest laughing stock of the comic book content world. He has literally become a lol cow.
Worse than Adam Freeman?
Yes, because shut up. Jesus,
Derek-
look at already
Derek-
started.
Derek said scroll.
Hey, we're in drama alert. I'm allowed.
I know. Okay. Okay.
Scroll
so
goose.
Here's the thing about Sticky Goose. You literally become a lol cow when there's a couple of things you have to do. You have to say, I'm leaving YouTube and leave. You have to come back, and then you have to totally say that you're changing everything up. And then the final thing is to turn off comments on your videos. And he's done all that.
Oh.
So
He turned off comments?
he's no longer putting comments on videos because he just doesn't think it's going to work for his channel. It's not worth it to him. And he has also boxed up all of his comic books and sold them, and all of his statues and sold them. He took his ball, he went home, he deflated that ball, he turned it into a fucking...
Brian, can we talk about how this all started?
Yeah.
So Sticky Goose was kind of one of those guys that I'd occasionally watch. And then this was recently. This was like in God, when was it? July? He did him and his wife, Mama Goose, did a let's talk about all of the people on YouTube video.
Was that roast video they made?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like I got spared. I was like, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, you don't have enough stickers to get commented on.
Oh, I don't know
we need
about
these
that.
sticker people. Man.
But he from the heights that he had achieved thought he was going to take 15 YouTubers down to his level and was going to transcend above them. And it kind of worked for about a week because people were paying attention. Like, oh, what did he say? Because his video got struck by one of the YouTubers. And then he had to edit it and re-edit it. And he made like 5 videos about how the industry's attacking me because I'm right about them. And I did nothing wrong. And then it was a slow descent into madness.
Oh, big time, dude.
And then it
time.
culminated with him trying to go after the #1 comic YouTuber. I mean, I'm not wrong, right?
He's
Comic
definitely
Tom.
He's
He's
definitely
number
the
one,
face.
right?
Comics Explained. Oh,
Comic Tom.
Comic Tom.
Oh,
Comic
you
Tom.
said the #1. Oh no, that's
I
not
thought
it.
I thought Comic Tom was number one.
For like the speculation community, Tom is for sure.
Okay, so he goes after Comic Tom, and Comic Tom agrees to do his show during some kind of electrical storm or something. And his feed goes out. And Comic Tom, and like he's drilling Comic Tom. He's drilling him. He's going after him like he's a prosecutor, like he's Tom Cruise in A Few Good Men. You can't handle the truth, you know? And the video goes dead. And Comic Tom takes over his show for like, what, 5-10 minutes?
Yeah. It's more like 15.
Yeah.
And Tom's like, okay, well, my new comic book just came out. I guess I'll just stay on here. Chat, yeah, I'll answer your questions. And then he comes back and his wife starts going after him. And that was it. It was over.
Yeah, it was very embarrassing. But here's the thing, okay? The thing that's so funny about all this is the fact that the madness, that the descent into madness was like everybody was watching. That's when it became locale, like the start of the locale time. So the best part about all this is that and we talked about it when he said he was quitting. He feeds off of this. Something about him feeds off of this. Now it's funny because Funhouse Comics, like Funhouse Comics and a couple other people are like, you know, he's running game on people, right? This is him running game on people. He's got something going on here. He's running game on people. So I got to give like Funhouse credit and all those people credit that said he's coming back, Brian. You watch, he's coming back, and he popped back up.
Oh, it was the one with the hands that talks with the hands.
Yeah,
the figure
I
drawing
don't.
or whatever.
You don't
Yeah.
say it 3 times, or he comes into the stream.
Yeah. So Comic Journey, Comic Journey.
Comic Journey.
Yeah.
That's
so,
2.
All right, here we go. This is hilarious.
Is the chair that he
I'm like a
usually
bad penny,
has
you know,
in
you
his
just can't get rid of me.
by the bed?
Hold on, here we go.
Nobody
I'm like a bad penny, you know, you just can't get rid of me. I sold everything in my basement. I sold the Sticky Goose set, and I feel like a new person here. Like I literally feel transformed. Like this weight, this burden has been lifted. I moved all of my collected edition stuff, as you can see, my omnibus, absolutes, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, everything. I moved it up here, and I didn't realize how perfect it looks in this this bookshelf. I think it was like meant to be. So the downstairs room is probably going to become another.
There's all his precious comic books that he bought because Comic Tom told him to.
Those are all sideshow pieces, bro.
Yeah, those are all sideshow. You can tell by the little caution, fragile.
I know.
Nate, you know, right?
Can I
they're
say
also
one thing
comic
though, real
books.
fast, that's been bothering me about this? Is that he got sideshows, he got the omnibuses, and he bought comics, right? Like he tried to combine everything he saw on the YouTube and be the best of all of it, right? And have the back wall and everything. But the thing that I wonder is, if he truly sold all his comics, right? That's not a comic book collector.
No, he's not.
That's
He
what
was
I'm
never
saying,
a
like,
comic book collector. He was never part of this community.
He was
I
the
could
middleman.
never. I could never do that, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He never wanted to be a part of this community.
I think he did. I think he's the type of guy that doesn't have any friends, and he thought, "Oh, I can be part of this community and make friends." And what he doesn't realize is that he can't make friends. He's unlikable. So, that's kind of a problem when you're unlikable like that, and he can't play well with others. So, what do? You sell everything, and you turn off comments in your future videos.
Playroom, another goose room that I don't know, we're at like 3 playrooms now, so you know that's probably what that's going to transform into. But so like when I made my video that I'm done, like that next day, it might even been that day, I was just like boxing everything up. I put all the statues up. I tore down all the
Sounds like he was having a tantrum. You know, when I knew I was done that day, I just cried and was crying and just putting these boxes together and putting these statues in these boxes. I knew it was over.
shelving. I took down all the wall art. Literally, that room is just bare now. Other than the damage to the walls, the extensive damage.
Oh,
to
his
the walls.
wall, his
But,
wall looks fine, by the way.
Yeah, well, remember he said there's damage. He said there's damage. Let's hear him
Looks
talk.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm up here in this computer room. I've got this bookshelf. Honestly, this looks even better than my other.
He's like, this looks awesome. This is so.
Those things look uncracked. Those books.
Yeah, no, that's what I was actually looking. You could see
They're
those
brand
first
new.
3 trade paper omnibuses still have the
Sam.
cello. Yeah.
Most of them do. have
Dude,
the
Oh
the
yeah, look at the
Marvel-
top of the
oh
swamp. Yeah.
So they're still in their shrink wrap, is what you're saying, pretty much?
Yeah.
They're all
What a
omnibuses,
funny bitch.
absolute editions. Yeah. I want to get that Green Lantern omnibuses, that Jeff Johns Green Lantern stuff. That looks interesting.
Is that the one that collects all the Blackest Night stuff?
Yeah. Man.
other videos. To be honest, this room is much more practical. Like I've got the stuff that I need to edit, the stuff that I like.
Mine's
this is a
open.
workroom. Like this is.
What's that?
I said I've got the absolute killing joke, but mine's open.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Open that shit. Look at that
Thank you,
shit.
Gibbs. It's called
This is sick. Like,
reading a comic book. You should
Yeah.
try it sometime.
See, I think the guy
Don't-
reads comic books. Don't get me
It's
wrong.
It's boring. He didn't open up the book.
I think he reads his omnibuses like before he goes to bed. He sits he's sitting there reading his books to get tired or something, you know. But I don't think he cares about comics and collecting like most of the people in the comic community, the collecting community do. You know what I mean? he could care less about it. He thought he was doing it just to be cool to be a YouTuber. So
this is how it probably should have always started. I've done some soul searching in the past few weeks since I stopped making videos, and man, I didn't realize how much I kind of missed doing this. So many people reached out to me and were so positive that it honestly.
Then why'd you turn off your comments, dude? If everybody reached out to you and was so positive about it, why are you turning off your comments?
I will say this. I will say this, Bryan. I think he probably collected as a kid. You know,
I don't think he did.
And he wanted.
I think he did a video where he said his dad and him collected when he was a kid.
Yeah, because I never watched it. I don't know. I know who he is, but I never watched his videos. I just couldn't do it, right? But like, you don't like fully invest into. I mean, I wanted to pretend, right? And he invested because he had the money. But I'm sure there was a love for comics, because if there was a love for sports cards, he probably would have went that way. You know what I mean? So there was something there, but to sell it all, oh my God, I still can't get over that statement.
I don't think he sold it all.
No,
What? No. I don't think he did. I think he put it up or changed his room.
There'd be 10 more videos about how much more money he lost than he lost like listening to Comic Tom because he had to sell them quickly.
Yeah.
It feels like I kind of owe it to them to give this thing another go, because so many people just didn't want me to quit, and I couldn't believe that. You know, when you see negative comment after negative comment, it just kind of starts weighing on you, like, hey, maybe you should just hang it up and quit. Like you're no good. Nobody wants to watch you.
Whoever told him don't quit, go kill yourself.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what it felt like. And
Brian,
the people
highlight real fake comment.
Which one? Quit.
Real fake comics.
AT&T reached out to him about his internet service options.
That's the only person that reached out to him.
Yeah.
Actually like me that DM'd me and messaged me. I mean, thank you. I didn't realize I had as much support as I did. I think going forward, if I continue to make videos, I'm just going to disable the comments.
Locale
You just can't
activated.
disable the comments like a little bitch. You can't take criticism or a joke.
Well, here's the thing. He went negative with that stupid roast video, and now he's trying to be positive. You fell because you are a negative person. You thought you could bring everyone down and raise yourself up, and now you're trying to be Mr. Positive.
Yeah, and it's only gonna be a matter of time before somebody pisses him off and he pops off on him.
Yep.
I don't think he's going to change
that.
You don't think he's what?
I don't think he's going to change. He's not saying he's going to change. He just said he's bad.
This guy is the definition of a grifter. He really is.
Yeah.
My videos that have been successful are ones that I have been critical or critiquing of ideas or ways of thinking or different opinions. The videos where I was critical of people or individuals it's not the way I should have gone. Like, that is the easy way. That's the low-hanging fruit. That's the make fun of this person to try to get their fan base riled up at you. That's one way of going about it. But you can be critical of things. I can be me about ideas, about ideologies, about opinions, about the way things are, in the hobby and collecting and reading and stories and the things that I think. I mean, that's one thing. And I think that people resonated with that with me more than anything because I gave.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. You got 90% of your views and your subs because of the drama, dude.
Yeah. Brian, when we're done with this, can you just pull up his video list and scroll through the titles of some of them?
Yeah.
Because that's the answer to all of this.
Well, didn't he have like 10,000 subs before he started to attack people?
He's like at 14 right now, so he's gaining more subs.
I know that.
Yeah.
But
that's a car crash add-on.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm just wondering, before he started to go after people, didn't he have like
the one video I watched was him complaining that made him the most views, I think, was CGC damaged his ASM 300. And he bitched and moaned, and they sent him a new 9.6 slab. Do you remember that video? Yep.
No.
And
that was where
the strap on.
I was like, dude, why is this guy? In my mind, I'm like, okay. I couldn't believe CGC sent him a new book because I've had damage from CGC.
I've never heard of CGC sending anybody a new book.
That, like I said, I couldn't believe it.
It was probably one of the. It was probably one of the books that they had to take back from the swap gate.
Yeah.
gave a fresh take, a fresh opinion, an outsider opinion for all intents and purposes, because, you know, I really am an outsider in a lot of ways, as opposed to a lot of you that have, you know, been in this for so long. You know, me, I've only been in this 5 or 6 years. I mean, that's kind of an outsider opinion. So yeah, I mean, I have sold a bunch of stuff. I haven't sold any of my single issues. I think I'm going to sell probably a large part of that collection, but I've actually been picking up some books behind me, which I think I'll talk about in another video. But yeah, I think this is a comeback. I think this is a better way of doing this. I think this is a better mindset. This is healthier for me. So I hope you guys enjoy the videos. I apologize.
Well, there you go. Sticky Goose is back, and he's dropped
the comeback.
Yeah, the comeback. Yeah, he's already dropped another book.
Remember
about
when
his
Corey
shelf
Feldman
display?
made that video, The Comeback King?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Corey, beware.
So here's all of his stuff. Comic capsules completely destroyed my wall. I saved thousands of comic books from being destroyed. It's all about comic books, tired of drama in 2025, which is he's just making fun of people. True Comic Collector has hilarious meltdown and voice messages. That's him playing Journo's voice messages. I mean, these are all drama videos. Every single one of these videos that we're looking at.
Journo's in the chat. Do you want to bring him in?
Yeah,
Is
but
Journo
that's
in the
only
chat?
1 month. So keep going. Keep
Yeah,
going
Journal,
so
the
we can
link's
see.
there if you want to jump in, brother. It's pinned. I mean, they're just
That's
all
only
it
a month. Keep going.
is drama. Are these new comic book channels trash? Don't let comic book collecting ruin your life. 5 types of comic shop owners. That was ridiculous. Comic Tom.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all disaster, rejected, money laundering. I don't think any
Well,
of
look
these
at
are-
his view counts though. He was up in the 10Ks, and then it goes down to 5s and 2s, and then it just is a slow. I think he deleted the Comic Tom episode, didn't he?
I don't
You got to remember also, every time you talk about him, you're sending probably 500, 1,000 views to each video.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, for sure. But I'll still make
You know,
fun
I
of
will
him.
say, I will say this. You know, I don't watch him, but we can only hope that he comes back and
Continues
I
to
guess-
crash out.
well, that or he actually turns the corner and changes for the better. I don't know, but like I said, I'm usually pessimistic on everything. Right? Today's a weird day for me, where I'm trying to
You
be
woke up on a
optimistic.
different side of the bed.
Yeah, I hope maybe he comes back and does something positive. I don't know.
I doubt it. I think.
I mean,
that,
that's a,
I highly doubt it. I think we'll see leprechauns and midget hookers and rainbows, you know, before that happens, because he's a funny bitch.
Well, we've got even
Get him,
more
Adam.
fun to talk
I'd
about,
like to
ladies
put
and gentlemen.
Anytime me and Sticky Goose in a ring, I'll put my career on the line. If he can beat me in a blind boxing match, I'll never go on YouTube again. I'd like to get this motherfucker out of our industry.
He is a lawyer, so if he's blind, he might gain superpowers like Daredevil. Adam, just watch out.
Yeah.
As a lawyer, he's expertly, you know, able to be a blind.
I don't want to fuck with lawyers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are
is this the
witnessing the end of Frankie's Comics right now. This is the auction of all the stuff left from Frankie's Comics. Look at this.
oh man, I wish I was there.
I know, right?
Me too, and it was in my backyard.
Oh,
Really,
no.
James?
Yeah, I had no idea about this. I've talked to a couple of people that were there, and they said that the stuff went for probably more than it should have. But like in one of the photos, because I went and looked at the photos to see if they were still, if it was online, because I found out like literally an hour before the auction ended. And one of the boxes had their entire connecting set that they did. It was the Something is Killing the Children homage to the connecting set from Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And that set fell for a lot of money. It's like $300 for the set. And there was 2 long boxes of the set there, and a lot of people didn't get those. But I was talking to this other retailer that was there that didn't buy anything, and I told him, I'm like, dude, I would have bought as much as I could have just for the website traffic. Because if I was one of the retailers that was out there and everybody all over was finding out about this damn auction at the same time, and your name got dropped as a retailer, like, oh yeah, Hive Comics ended up buying some stuff. Do you have any idea the amount of web traffic I would have from that? From people being like, well, did you get this? Did you get that? Like, listen, I'll load everything up on the website this weekend. And if you have a receipt for any of the books that I've got listed up, reach out to me directly and we'll work a deal.
Do you have
and
a
I would
link
have
to
had
that,
1,000
James?
people a day on my website, or 1,000 people an hour that are owed money, trying to see if the books that they got fucked out of were on my website. I would have done it just for the web traffic. And to hook up the people that had receipts and been like, yeah, dude, I'm missing these fucking books. Like, it would have been great for the community. So, but nope, I didn't know nothing about it. 4-hour drive away from me. I would have been up there with the U-Haul truck.
Look at all those, man. I mean, there's just long boxes. There's short
Yeah,
boxes.
I gotta
on the
believe
wall.
though, as far as auctions go, I guarantee you there had to be $10 boxes though that just sold for nothing.
Well, look
yeah,
at this.
I would have sat there and let the first 30 auctions, because they were selling 12 boxes to an auction. I would have
Okay.
let the first 30 auctions run through and let the people that were really trying to buy shit
Yep.
spend all their fucking money.
Yep. And
I
then
might have
just-
maybe bid them up a little bit and then just sat there and cleaned out the last 50 lots and just taken them all.
Yep.
And my only hope is I haven't reached out to my local guy here, but I think he might have known about it. And if he did, then he probably picked up a bunch of this stuff. So I'm going to reach out to him tomorrow and see if he did. And if he did, then I'll have a bunch of it by this weekend. But because he can't move 50 of a book and 75 of a book. He knows I can.
Yeah.
But
This is all short boxes against this wall. These are all
Yeah.
diamond boxes, right? With
Actually, I think
new
those are
books.
long boxes.
yeah, those are all long boxes. And that's one wall. There was 3 rooms. 3
Wow.
rooms. So that's one of 3 rooms.
Wow. Are these
And
all
the big
diamond
question
boxes?
I have: who did he owe all the money to? Diamond.
Yeah, a lot of it he did owe Diamond.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard it was 6 figures that he owed Diamond, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a heavy 6 figures that he owed
Yeah.
Diamond.
That's one. And the thing is this is all going to go into that pile, and then it'll all go over to the Diamond pile after this.
There's all the cases from his store that he had.
Yep.
So these are all diamond
Yep.
boxes with new books in them, right? Unsold stock.
Unsold product. And he had a lot of exclusives that he did that never actually hit the market.
Yep.
Wow. You know what's
Yeah, those got
crazy?
big explosives.
The amount of people that are starting to talk now about all the really heavy retailer exclusive guys selling pallets of the stuff of their unsold, the stuff they can't sell. More and more people
Yeah.
are picking up on that. And more people are selling that stuff. I was watching Razor Comics talk about he was watching a whatnot sale at a flea market from like a flea market seller, and they had pallets of exclusives from like all the big huge retailer guys, and they were just pulling out exclusives, selling them for $1. So people are buying those pallets of unsold product, and that's the type of stuff that, man, it just ruined so many retailers, and that's why Frankie's is out of business.
And Bryce.
And well, Bryce is not out of business yet, but
I thought he sold off all of his shit.
But he got back in. He got back
okay.
in.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he's-
right, because he's doing the repack shit.
He's doing
now.
the repack shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, there's even more boxes. Oh, look at that.
There's
Yeah.
the other room. Yep.
Even more.
That's why I won't do Marvel DC very exclusives. I don't want
Smart.
to end myself.
Smart, Billy. Look at that. If anybody in the chat went, let us know. I'd love to know if anybody that's watching went to this. I mean, it's just wild to me. Absolutely wild.
I picked through the photos from the auction, and there was like you could read some of the boxes. One of them had Catwoman 35 times 75, and that was his Sozamaika cover.
Oh.
Yeah, the 2 long boxes that had the Walking Dead homage stuff. Which one of the people I talked to said that they specifically saw those boxes and thought about buying them, but they didn't. I
But
don't think
James,
they realized
you
that
can't
those
you
sets
can't beat
sell for
yourself up on this
$300.
because honestly,
Oh no,
then
I'm
his
not. I'm
name is
not. But
shit now. all
it was
of
a
these
missed
books
opportunity.
Yeah,
is all it was.
It
And there was
definitely-
boxes of slabs and all sorts of stuff. Like it was a missed opportunity for maybe some potential.
Yeah.
If not, like I said, if not for resale, just for the web traffic alone, like I would have had no problem. Somebody produced me a receipt. If I spent $100 on a box, right, on a long box, and their book was in it, I'd have no problem being like, yeah, send me shipping plus $2.50. You know, and just having that customer that is obviously an online comic book buyer come to my website to see if I had their book is invaluable, because I know for a fact they would have bought one or two other books that I have, and I would have made my money off of that. And like, so that was kind of the whole missed opportunity thing of it. And then a couple extra books here and there for the eBay Live, sweet, you know. But
hey, James, what's that thing but picture behind you?
The
original.
that,
So
that's I was a fashion school serial killer. That's my exclusive art for it, for the new Doug Wagner book.
Nice.
You got to go to past auctions, probably.
Recent auctions?
Yeah, because it was on Friday. It might be under recent. I could tell you if I see it. I could tell you, because it was a bunch of equipment. But go to hold on.
Yeah, you want to buy all Frankie's bins. That's the cool stuff, like comic book bins and stuff like that to hold.
Yeah, I'm actually in the market for one of those at the moment. I'd gladly buy that.
I'm gonna see if I can pull it up too, Brian. If I find it, I'll shoot you the link.
Yeah, it looks like it's a bunch of let's see here. When was it?
February 21.
It's hard to find. Yeah, you got to look for the date, because there's a bunch of farm equipment on the listing header. The comics was kind of buried in the whole thing. So the first photos are all just
here it is.
Tractors and trucks.
Here it is.
Yeah, so if you go to no, not Bid Spotter. It's not. So the Bid Spotter stuff
It
was
was
the
up at that
online
last
auction
shot,
stuff,
Brian.
and they
It's
didn't
at the bottom
do
of the last shot in
yeah.
red.
There you go. Keep scrolling down. You'll see all the comic stuff.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. And then if you click right on the thing, you can get next photos.
Look at these.
So that box on the top right there, that's the Walking Dead set. That's one of the Walking Dead boxes.
Yep.
And then if you keep scrolling.
Wow, look at that.
Adam, you might want to get your lotion out again, man. I'm telling you.
Okay, Bill.
What?
So those were the lots, Brian. They were doing 12 box lots. So each one of those, see how those are separated 3x4?
Yeah, 12 boxes. Yep.
Yeah, so each one of those was a lot.
And how much were the lots going for? What up, Mark? How you doing, brother?
I don't know. I have not gotten a straight answer on how much the lots went for yet.
Wow.
I got told too much, but like too much to me doesn't. I mean, what's too much?
Mark, did you ever do a Frankie's variant?
Frankie's variant?
I think Frankie's went out of business right about the same time Mark was starting.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I think I wrote them honestly one time in the past. Back in the old days, like in 23, I wrote every comic book store I could get an email to and asked, hey, I would love to do a store variant for you, because I didn't know what those were and I was trying to get a cover out there. So I believe I did write a Frankie's at one time. So
well, Mark, I never got an email from you, or we would have been on our 20th cover by now.
You say that now.
No, that's not, dude. I don't care what your books sell for now. It's the secondary market has nothing to do. I don't give two shits about the secondary market. I sell all my books to my customers for $19.99 or less, and
I had zero interest when I would send those samples out. 616, I don't know how I got in touch with them to finally give me a chance with that Vampirella. I think it was because I had the Spawn job already, and I told them I already done those and turned them in, and then they said they would they finally agreed to do it. But even today I don't get. I mean, still today I don't have like a lot of offers from other people asking. I have from stores, but not like publishers. I mean, to do work. So it's just
I'm a publisher, by the way.
Oh yes.
we have a little secret though, so never mind. But that's not what Spark mirrors. It's some other guy.
I was talking to DC a couple days ago, a different department, and they had no idea who I was. Not even, and I'm not saying like who I am in quotes, like, oh no, they didn't have no idea that I was even an artist or that I even work at DC.
Right now,
I was talking to them, and I said, "Hey, I had a question for them," and they said, "Okay, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Wait, I work at DC. Oh, you do? What do you do?" I said, I do covers for DC.
Oh my God.
Well, who are you? And that's what I'm saying. There's a big disconnect. We talked about that before. It's just odd.
Yeah.
But hey, so I was watching your stuff. I had to fast forward through it because I wanted to catch up for you guys. Get out of here. What? So I do some comic books. I would like to know what y'all think. Someone like that I can do to help the industry right now. Is it, one, I like the collectability of comics. I want it to be where, they're not too mass produced, not one cover too many produced of that, things like that. But what do y'all think something like I could do to help the comic industry going forward? Because I saw what y'all were talking when Swaggle was saying the big thing out of that whole ComicsPro was we're going to make better stories. And that's kind of laughable. I mean, well, then if you could have done that, why didn't you do it last year or the year before that?
Mark,
that's like a politician saying, I'm going to fix everything this time. It's
Mark, I think you're doing it already, man. And this is what I mean by that. You kind of said it right there. You're the collectability factor. You're very you got your finger on the pulse of what people like to collect of yours. They like small print run collectability, right? Here's the other thing. Another thing that you're really big on that, over the past couple months that we've talked about. You want to know the exact print run of your books. You don't want to find out. You don't want to tell somebody that the print run is 500 and find out that it's actually 900. So that's another good thing. So that's two good things. The third is the quality of your work is important to you. You don't want to oversaturate the market and be doing 10 covers a week and the quality of your work isn't that good. Whereas you know how long it takes you to do a good cover. You take that long to do a good cover and you put out a really kick-ass cover rather than 3
Mark,
normal covers.
Yeah, Mark, it's what I said about 2 months ago, before the implosion, before the diamond implosion. The world of comic retailers hasn't even seen Mark Spears yet. You're still in the microcosm. Free Comic Book Day is your coming out party. The best thing you can do for the comic book retail industry is to have a killer follow-up when after that book drops.
Right.
That's good retailers advice. That you're giving all you can do is give these very narrow-minded people a reason to buy your books and then give them that opportunity after Free Comic Book Day. If they can't see it then, there's nothing you can do to help them, brother. Look at that. Whatever Sticky Goose was whatever Swag was talking about. Sorry, I had Sticky in the brain. About the one publisher who said whatever percent was bought by 50 stores. If afterwards,
the 80% were sold into 50 stores.
Whatever
and
that
might
was.
be the way Monsters is. I don't know because Nyman wouldn't even give us that information.
Yep.
So,
and hopefully you get that info from Lunar.
Hey, Mark, I got a lot of people that complain have been complaining a lot lately about you having so much product out there. For a perfect example is this guy named Chris in the chat. He says, "What retailers are selling tons of Spears cover at the moment? He's bringing considerable volume to them for months now." Mark, what is your statement to that on how you are going to be working in the future with your books and your work that you put out there?
Well, I have cut down. I haven't made like an official thing on social media yet, but yes, I've stopped working for anybody else right now while I focused on Spawn 77 I'm writing and doing the interiors, and then I'm also, working on my monster series. So I took a step back just because, there were so many covers and everything. And Todd McFarlane gave me some great advice. He said, Mark, you see a bunch of puppies, you can't take them all home. You can only have one. And I really understood what he was saying there. And I was like, okay, well, then I'm going to go with what's the most important to me. Now, does that mean I won't do a cover every now and then for like a DC or whoever, or Dynamite or somewhere? Yeah, if the opportunity comes up and I feel good about the property and I'm really passionate about it, I'll do it. I like to have covers there that help the retailers sell, so they can have some money to sell those books and everything. What I'm hearing about monsters, the biggest complaint is there are no monsters on the shelves for people to sell. And I'm like, well, that's a good thing though. That's just, eventually supply will even out with demand and everything like that. But, and they're asking for more. Here's the thing I have found out on the last couple of weeks working on Spawn. If things keep going the way they are, I might turn Monsters into a monthly book next year in 26. If I can get a good steady workflow going to where I could actually have that come out monthly, that would be awesome. But now I do have to cut out other things if I do that. But that's another thing is, it does come out every other month. And I think, no one's really forgetting about it, but they want more of it. They want it monthly. But I think it's a special kind of thing, though, when you get it every other month. It's like something to look forward to. So we'll see. Maybe it's a mini series comes out on the odd months, like Monster and the Wolf. And if I decide to do, like, say I wanted to do a one-shot Mummy or a one-shot The Phantom, still tied into the same universe, but something you can, fill the void when you're not picking up the regular monster series, stuff like that. But I was at a comic book store today talking to them, and they were out of everything that I had, not just monster stuff. So that's great.
You're helping, dude. Trust me, you're helping the industry.
I don't want to saturate the market with too much stuff. And that's one reason I took a step back on monsters. It's a thing where, if people start complaining like, man, it's too many covers or something like this or that, I would probably cut down on those because it's a lot to do in a month. But people are happy with them so far. Number 5 is just now getting solicited, because number 4, the FOC, is Monday. So people are finally hearing about the polybag trading card, no extra cost, still $5.99. And
can I ask you about this Monsters, this FOC? I just had a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know you guys moved to Lunar, but how come Lunar only has 4 of the covers and Diamond has the other 3 that are like foil and metals and the Pecos Bill?
Oh, let me think here. I want to make sure I don't say something bad. Okay, I think I can say this. Bryan knows I have to watch myself on what I say. Okay, Lunar. So this is a fact. Lunar will only allow us to do 4. And because I've been answering this all week, so I think it's okay if I answer here. The people were asking about the incentive. The incentive's not over there on Lunar.
Yeah.
Lunar would not allow us to do the incentive. If people write Lunar and say, hey, I would like access to all those covers, maybe they'll change. But as of right now, they will only allow us to do 4 covers and not an incentive. An incentive can't be one of the 4 covers.
I bet after this FOC, they call you up. Hey, we're going to go ahead and let you do all of it.
That's what KeenSpot is hoping. And maybe going forward, if that's not the case, I could cut it down to 4 covers so everything's offered the same everywhere. Because I don't like that. Some people have the.
Are you guys?
Go ahead.
Are you? KeenSpot has their own online store, right?
Yeah, they do.
Why not just
If Lunar's not going to offer it there at a higher price and go, hey,
oh,
guys.
they do offer they usually KeenSpot offers the incentive before FOC, and they just at a certain price. I'm not sure what the price is, and they just order that plus the purchase order amount. So that's how many they order.
That's weird.
So that would usually there's like 100 and something of the incentive. So and say like KeenSpot sells 50, they would order 150. And then 50 go out to the people who pre-ordered it, and the other 100 would go to the distributor who, which used to be Diamond, whoever it is this time, Diamond or Universal or Lunar.
Shout out to Alex with the $10 super chat. He says, Mark, has KeenSpot been good to you?
Yes. I know that a lot of people watch this show, so I'm going to say yes, they're great. No, I'm just joking. They are awesome. Yes, they're good. Honestly, the retailers are great. I had someone mention to me the other day of something I said when I was talking to Todd McFarlane that was on a Discord, and people can misinterpret what you say, or they hear it, or like from someone else. But they were saying that I was, saying something bad about retailers or something. No, I've never said anything bad about retailers. I was talking about when I was talking to Todd, I asked Todd for advice on what do you do when you have a lot of people trying to take advantage of you, right? With wanting to do this and that, and stuff. So, and Todd again gave me some great advice. So, but no, KeenSpot's great. I do though, since we was talking about that, I hate the fact that right now with Lunar we can't offer everything over there. I feel that's not really fair, because I'm sure you want to order from Lunar, right? Because that's you had mentioned before. And if you order from Lunar, but you don't, and you was going to order 25 or so, and you don't get the incentive, that hurts.
It's harder to get the incentive at Diamond as well, because the hollow foils and the metals, those are way more expensive.
Well, and the incentive, the way KeenSpot does it is it's actually free. It's not like some incentives where you're just get a chance to pay for it. So I'm hoping things will change. And then I have heard Universal, we just became officially distributed by them, and they're in the US now, but someone had wrote me saying, oh, but that doesn't solve my problem, Mark, because they don't, they only do brick and mortar stores, is I think what they said. So, we're looking for solutions. But I think, as the months go by, we'll hopefully everything will be offered everywhere eventually, even if I have to cut some back to make sure it's offered or something. So we'll try to do that. But
Mark, when Lunar sees the sales this week on FOC, trust me, they're going to sing a different tune. They'll sing a different tune.
I'm hoping we have beat just Diamond alone. We've beat out what the sales were for number 3 about a week before FOC. So we do think this will be a record-breaking number 4, which I'm hoping it is. And number 4 will come out in March, and then you'll have the Free Comic Book Day will come out 1st of May, and then we'll have number 5 come out the end of May. And they just sent me the proofs to look at for Free Comic Book Day, and I looked at them because I was reading it again, make sure nothing's wrong, because I hate when something gets through that like a typo or something. And I sent it sent approval over to KeenSpot, and I said, looks good. And I said, man, this is good. And I don't usually say that about my own stuff, but I thought it just turned out really well. And I think it's the exact story I wanted to tell for people who've never picked up monsters. And I'll try to send it over to you guys so y'all can go ahead and read it and look at it and see what y'all think of it, because I think it's a good starting point that people can jump on and go, hey, this is interesting. This is neat. It's a very linear story. It's told through the same character throughout, so you don't jump around like going over here to see what's happening over there with someone else. And I did all that on purpose. So, but yeah, I think that's going to be a game changer, and I think 5 will be our biggest yet, hopefully.
And
so,
also, you have a con appearance coming up, right? Huntsville, Alabama con.
Yeah,
Huntsville?
in what's that? The end of April. So
End of April.
I'll have some exclusives there. There's going to be a Thundercats exclusive too. We're gonna have a Monsters exclusive, and then maybe I don't even know if I've announced that yet. Maybe a G.I. Joe exclusive. I don't know, something.
He just gave it away.
Oops,
Hey,
gave that
Mark,
away.
Mark, so
Yeah.
I was able to get a couple of your books for the first time this week from LSE. They hadn't carried them for weeks and was really excited to get them. And I'd learned about you and followed the guys from the Beyond Wednesday show. And I went to your website and I was curious. I saw a bunch of the sports stuff that was there,
Yeah.
all the Alabama football, which is awesome. You know, a lot of huge sports guys obviously on the show as well. And one of the conversations is about, you know, bringing in new audiences and new customers. And have you stopped doing some of the sports stuff? Do you see a possibility of like a crossover? Because I gotta admit, I would love to see like a Garbage Pail style, you know, like famous sports stories, and like I would love to see like Bo Jackson over the top from the Alabama's point of view, you know, or like any other famous story. So I'm curious if the sports stuff is still is strong for you as the comic book stuff is.
No, I did the sports stuff when I was struggling, and I was doing it around before 2020. I did a lot of sports stuff. I was doing a lot of football, and sometimes I would do. I even did stuff for like local high school teams and stuff would need something, and I would do something for their, you know, a poster for them and stuff like that. So I did a lot of sports. I got nowhere with it, really. You know, sold some prints of some stuff, and that was about it. I did some upper deck stuff for them with hockey and stuff like that, and I was never allowed to do the base cards. They would only want sketch cards of those of sports and stuff, and I didn't. There's no money in that, so.
Wow, Billy, thank you so much,
I did
brother.
not to do sports. No, go ahead.
Look at that. Billy just dropped 20 memberships for everybody in the chat. That's
Ooh.
awesome.
That's 40 now total I've done.
That's huge, brother.
It's good to be a member.
Amen.
Especially for
amen.
your auctions, bro. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's cool that you do private members, but I personally think you should just do that live, dude. You want everyone to see that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're gonna be speaking of that. We got our third eBay live auction tomorrow night. So you know, perfect timing, Billy. Perfect timing.
You're welcome.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hey,
All right,
Mark.
back to your story.
Yep.
With the your upcoming convention appearance, just
Yep.
putting this out there. Well, and I want to talk to you about some other stuff after the show, if you're still around.
Okay.
But as far as that convention, if you wanted to do an eBay live, do a live sell, I'd be down to fly down for it. We could do a live with Mark Spears.
Yeah, I might. It depends. I do think I saw some of those exclusives. Some of them are very limited, like 100, but one of those will have a lot. So it would be nice to do maybe something like that. So
Well, and I could bring books too. I've got plenty of your books hanging out around here. So
okay, yeah, that's something we can talk about and see.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about it later.
That's gonna be a huge deal, man. That's your first con in
First con and like first appearance. Let's see, the only time, unless it's local, where I've went into one of my local stores here 30 minutes away. I've only done one appearance since really Monsters came out, and that was October 5th. And I had done that store before. It's about 3 hours away. And it was a decent crowd when I went earlier that year. But when I went back on October 5th, Or no, have a yeah. No, I hadn't been up there yet. So when I did that on October 5th, the line though was never ending. Usually when I go somewhere, I'm sitting there, me and my wife go, hey, you want to leave 30 minutes early? There's nobody, it's crickets, right? When I went local. When I went there, it was at Nirvana in Knoxville, Tennessee. When I went there, we scheduled 2 hours. I was there for 3.5 hours. The line never ended. It just kept going and going. And we were like, something's odd. Something's different. You know, we thought, well, maybe they really wanted to see me in Tennessee. But I think it was, that's right when, you know, October 5th was right when Monsters hit a couple weeks earlier. And so that was, you know, part of the thing with a lot of people coming. So yeah, I've not done anything since then. So we're thinking that would be a good crowd in April at the Huntsville Expo. So
it's going to be nuts, man. I think it's going to blow you away. I agree with Dennis when, you know, he kind of said you're going to start seeing these con appearances and people showing up at these cons because they want to get your signature. They want to talk to you, and that's an important thing, especially for
Mark,
new creators.
I got another suggestion for you.
Okay.
And it's going to be controversial, and the chat can go F themselves if they don't agree. One thing that you could do that would help this industry,
yeah,
if you have an unlimited evergreen printing of Monsters 1, 2, and 3, and just say Keen Spot, I'm tired of, you know, everybody buying up the limited amount that we're putting out into circulation. Just announce we're making an unlimited evergreen Monsters 1, 2, and 3, and put
so
that
pick up. Yeah,
that they can. Well, hold on. I'm not suggesting either that you put this through just Lunar.
Right.
Put it into every one of the publishers that you're or distributors that you're dealing with, including Keen Spot's online store, which makes you the maximum amount of money either way.
Right.
And just go, and of course, obviously, you're going to have to print 10,000, you know, of the first printing, and then just go when those are all gone, we're printing another 10. We're printing another 10.
We did talk about doing, which I think one of y'all suggested it here, number 1 and number 2 combined issue, and try to keep it still at the same price, like $5.99, for readers to catch up. And then we could also do the same thing with 3 and 4, right? You know, just because I want to help, because that's the thing I have been hearing the most. They're saying, Mark, I just want to read this thing, and I can't pay $400 for issue 1.
Yeah.
And when I go to the store to buy the second, third, fourth printing, they're always gone.
Yep.
And
just announce that the next printing, the one that comes out right after Free Comic Book Day. Take the orders ahead of time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
I'll mention that to them.
It drops the week after Free Comic Book Day. Number 1, unlimited. We're printing as many as you guys order, and just go.
I know that on Free Comic Book Day, in the issue in the back, like the last page, it says it talks about the next monsters coming out, but then it also says here's number 1 free digital download for you. We're giving that away with Free Comic Book Day.
That's so a good point.
Yeah, if people get that and go, what is this? You know, I hadn't read it before, or I don't know what it is. They can then go right online. I think it's just free. It's just like it takes them right to the PDF or something. They don't have to sign up.
Oh, that's great idea too.
Yeah, but I do like your idea, Dennis, because as these go on, you're gonna, you know, my whole goal is for people to read these and get the whole story. And if they're missing those, and we're having to wait for a trade paperback that takes like 6 months to get that out there because of how they're printed, that would not be bad at all. When I did ask them about that at KeenSpot, they said for like the 1 and 2 combined, they said that was a good idea, along with the, you know, keep doing like a 5th printing or something, but have that on the side as another thing.
Well, I'm just saying, and you know what you're doing. You know what your 4th printing is selling out, and they're going for 100, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah,
or more. I don't.
I mean, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't even have the time to look on eBay anymore.
Right.
I just know what I'll ask people. I'll say, "Stuff still doing good?" And they'll be like, "Yep, stuff's still doing good, Mark." So I have no idea what the
I'm just saying. At a certain point, you got to say, "All right, guys, everybody who's got one print, first, second, third printing, great, awesome. You've got a collectible, but I got to get this in the hands of as many readers as possible." And I think they called it the unlimited printing when Marvel or DC used to do this thing. Because Killing Joke had what, 13 printings, Brian?
Yeah, Dennis, but what's the difference between him doing 4th, 5th, 6th printings? Why would it have to be unlimited? That's dangerous for the actual publisher.
I don't think it's how's it dangerous, Billy?
Okay, let's print 500,000 copies and see if they all sell. That's what FOC is for.
That's not what this is, Billy. They're gonna print what they're gonna print to order, because obviously you can't overprint. So let's just say they go unlimited printing, and the retailers buy 50,000 copies, and then all of a sudden they sell out of all 50,000 of them, and they're going for more money. He's got to do what Pokemon is doing right now. Pokemon is fighting the scalpers by overproducing. And I'm sorry, I'm way off base with comics and Pokemon, but it's true. You see all those fights at Costco, all those fights at Target. That's for 151. They underprinted it. Now they're massively overprinting 151, and the scalpers are still catching up. But the scalpers are starting to slow down because the people are not putting up with it, because they are just keep printing all of these sold out sets, Pokemon, the company. And it eventually brings down, you can't stick your finger in every hole in the dike, is basically what it is. If you keep printing it as they're buying it, it puts more in the hands of the people who want to read it. And eventually the scalpers just say, okay, I'll focus on issue 5 when it comes out.
Yeah, I really thought the other printings, the 4th printing, the 3rd printing, things like that would not sell as quickly, or I thought those would be what you're talking about, be sitting on the shelves for people to pick up who want to read the story. I didn't realize they were selling out like people were saying. So
well, Mark, they're continuing to buy because they're different covers, bro. They want to collect. They want to collect your art. That's why I'm a little confused what Dennis is saying. I get what he's saying, kind of, but it doesn't make it to me. It's 4th. Okay, that's sold out. 5th printing, let's pre-sell those. Okay, they sell it. 6th printing, you just keep going until they don't sell, but you do a new printing every time. The unlimited thing, I'm getting confused.
Well, that's why maybe I'll do something where we can, we can still do the 5th printing when it happens and all that. But if we can combine issues, like maybe it's 1 through 3, and we combine it, cut out all the other stuff that's not story, like any kind of ad stuff or anything like that. We condense it down to about 50 to 60 pages. And then we put it out as, maybe we still charge $5.99 for it, because, it's still it's a big book already. For $5.99 is kind of expensive book, but just for people to catch up on. But like you said, I do think people would go after it if it has a new cover. They're going to still collect it. So, that's that problem. But
that's
let me give you a couple precedences here.
Okay.
So, Brian, I know we've had conversations on your other shows about print on demand comics, indie publishers that do print on demand, which means they can print as many as they want whenever it sells out, and they can flood the system with whatever they want. Yeah. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Yes, it's technically a different printing, but if you just keep printing the exact same file with the exact same printer, it's just more of that exact printing. I love the Marvel must-have model, which your guys are talking about, which is they used to do 1, 2, and 3 together, and it was much cheaper than buying all 3 together. But they did that after they exhausted multiple printings. That's a great model, and you can make that evergreen. Go, look, guys, we're going to keep printing this 1 and 2, or this 1, 2, and 3 as long as you keep buying them. And that's how you get in. And then please up your orders for issue 4, up your orders for issue 5, up your orders to issue 6 based on how many of these you're selling.
Right.
Until
Yeah,
and then
I feel what
the
you're saying,
other
if you leave it open edition kind of thing, like you're saying.
open edition. And that's what Kirkman did with The Walking Dead. And I'm sure Todd will put you in touch with Robert if you want to talk to him about this.
Hey, let me do something real quick. 1 second, you guys. We got to get out of this this drama alert segment. Here we go.
Can you hear me out there? Hey, man, don't be squirting water at me. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend, pal.
All right, we're back.
Well, they already offer some. They offer every issue digitally as well, but you could even do it where, like we're doing with Free Comic Day, where it's free. You could even offer that after so many's out there. Let them read number 1 and 2, right? For free all the time, because that's not hurting number 1 and 2. Because they're already been out there and stuff. So
the truth is, anyone that's complaining about not being able to get your book is because they wanted to either flip it or they wanted the cover. Let's just be real here. And if they want to read it, digital is not a bad option.
Oh, no, not at all. I think that's a great way. Honestly, that's probably a better way to enjoy it because of the colors and everything. You ain't got to worry about the printing, any errors or anything like that and stuff. So, yeah, they could be talking about that. A lot of people are just, they want to get it to collect and stuff too.
Yeah,
so.
And it doesn't. I mean, if there are the true readers out there, they won't care about your. First of all, you're going to let them read it digitally, and second of all, you don't have to print it. The cost is just one file.
Right.
You don't have to print it. That saves you. You could make a lot of money.
Well, yeah, but free doesn't make you any money though.
It wasn't digital. Yeah.
We do. I think they do digital on KingSpot for a fee. I mean, it might be like $5. It might be the cost of an actual book. I don't know what it is over there on KingSpot. But I've offered on my Kickstarters before too, and had a lot of people who go, "Man, I just want to read it."
That's really cool too on Kick, because they don't want to open it, but they want to read it. So if you on Kick,
that's true too. A lot of people will be like, "Hey, can I get a free digital with it so I can just bag and board this and not mess with it and let me read it online?"
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. All right. FOC this week. Let's do a quick rundown of FOC. We've got a couple of books to talk about. We've already talked about the monster books. Issue number 4 is on FOC this week, finally. So make sure you guys go check it out. Absolute Flash number 1 is on FOC. So you got your first appearance of Absolute Flash, Captain Boomerang, Captain Cold, Trickster, Golden Glider, and Mirror Master by Jeff Lemire. That's interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. That'll be very interesting. So I'll have to take a look at that. Amazing Spider-Man number 1. Are they redoing? Are we resetting Spider-Man?
Keep in mind that comes out really late. So
number 1 sell.
Yeah, but they're rebooting, I guess. But just remember, everything else comes out mid-March. This comes out late mid-April. So
oh wow,
it's ridiculous. Been a
new character named Hellgate. Doesn't even make sense for a Spider-Man character.
There's a cover with Hellgate on it too.
DC Sonic the Hedgehog number 1 crossover.
I just had a girl come into my store today and ask for Sonic comics, and it's a ghost town for Sonic comics. You can't keep them in stock.
Yeah, I sell the hell out of Sonic books. Anytime I pull them or get them, they're gone.
Yep.
L.A. Strong. This is a donation, a charity book for the fire relief efforts. Is this have anything to do with that new thing that they did this week? This is from Mad Cave, but they're also doing this this new. Let me see if I can find this here. If I go to Rob Liefeld,
I was actually just talking to Sam Jones, Flash Gordon, and he was talking about Mad Cave that let him write a Flash Gordon comic book.
This is Rob Liefeld, Robert Kirkman, and Kevin Smith. at this event called the Multicon, where they were raising money. So
That happened today, I think.
yeah.
I saw Kevin posting about it on his socials.
Very cool.
Notice none of them were at ComicsPro.
Yep. Oh yeah, I don't think any of them are going to.
First
ComicsPro
up, the one
anytime
and
soon.
only Kevin Smith.
I wonder where this was. It just looks like it's in somebody's backyard.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway,
That's cool though, but it was for the fires.
yeah, hell yeah. That's a dope Ian Churchill cover too for that LA Strong book. Next, Puluminati.
Yeah.
Number 1. First team appearance of the Puluminati. First appearance of Vodpool, Valley Pool, Loop Pool, Swimming Pool, and more.
Swimming pool?
Yeah.
Oh, swimming.
Okay.
There we go. I like the little frog
Pretty lame.
pool. That frog pool is cool. That's really cool. All right, next, Ultimate Spider-Man number 15. First appearance and cover of Earth 6160 Sandman. Kato cover. Ultimate Wolverine number 3. First appearance and cover of Gambit and Kitty Pryde from that Ultimate Universe. It's cool. And then, of course, all the Mark Spears Monsters issue number 4 variants. I got to tell you,
Dude, that Bella killed me.
Yeah, I mean,
I loved it.
The Pecos Bill is the best, but I really love that metal. I'm gonna have to find a way to get one of those medals because that metal Frankenstein is so good.
I think the Killing Joke's the best one, but
And then that is it for our boy Lefteros. So make sure you guys go check out Lefteros on IG. Go check out Cover Price, his write up on Cover Price, and watch him and Lando on Black Crown Comics every Sunday night. Back over to our boy Billy's page for all the best sellers this week so far. You got the Rivals variants as well. So make sure you guys go.
I like that Hulk one.
Yeah, stock up on the Rivals variants for sure too. Let's see here. The Bermejo Spider-Man variant.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. And this is a wraparound Rivals variant, which is interesting as well. Let's keep our eye on that.
Derek. Derek's funny.
The Rogue Savage Land, J. Scott Campbell.
That's
really
so great.
good. It is. It's excellent. Very,
It's
very
action
good.
packed. That's what I call it.
With the Tyrannosaurus looking amazing, the way the trade dress is put in there. Yeah, it's got a lot of motion to it. It's very dynamic. It's a great cover. You got the Scotty Young, which is this is the book to get Scotty to sign.
100%.
Yeah. Amazing Spider-Man 70, Scotty Young 8 Deaths of Spider-Man variant.
Can you explain to me why we have Amazing Spider-Man number 1 and Amazing Spider-Man 70 in the same FOC?
Because they come out a month apart. The 70 comes out in the middle of March.
Ah.
And then an ASM reboot. The ASM reboot starts in April.
This rebooting
But
sucks.
that 70 is the one with the Spider Juggernaut mashup.
This
Is that the
right
one that has
here.
the horrible Frank Miller cover too?
Yeah.
70?
Yeah, we'll talk about that. This
The
right
one
here
that makes you
cover.
think, thank God that I'm blind.
Malavia Black Cat variant. Nimit Malavia. I've never heard of that artist, but whoever it is a gorgeous cover.
Yeah.
Is that the lady from the Ukraine?
No, that's Sveta.
Oh, Sveta. Okay.
I love the Juggernaut mashup. I think that's cool. There's 2 of them. We'll show those in a sec.
Notice the $5.99.
This Frizen, where is it?
That Frank Miller.
Right there. Look at that Frizen. Oh, beautiful, beautiful Frizen. Starfire is such a great character. I love how she's using different color palettes now. Really, really makes her stuff pop.
I think she has because of
There
that
hasn't been a
character.
great Starfire cover in a while.
Yeah. Nakayama
kills it.
Zatanna.
$6.99.
Yep.
It's a foil.
Uncanny X-Men 12. I heard they're dropping some of those X Factor they're going to drop.
$4.99, $5.99.
Yeah.
DC.
Dude, this Bermejo Epitaphs from the Abyss #9 is creepy as hell.
It's good. Like drag him inside the closet.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Romeo is doing great work right now.
Panosian, Catwoman #74. Excellent.
Wasn't that on FOC last week?
No. Oh, he did another one though. There's the Panosian Absolute Flash. There's that metal. Cool. That's the best cover. But look at this. This Heat Seeker
dude,
combustion.
Ivan crushed this cover, dude.
God.
By the way, Mark, do you ever go to the casino?
Yeah.
That your Frankenstein is right out of that Frankenstein slot machine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to check out the Frankenstein slot machine somewhere.
I hadn't seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is a great cover by Evan Tao. Holy shit,
God.
that is good. And that's gonna be foil.
Yeah, well, there's an A too, but that's the foil.
Mark's got a Silverhawks cover.
Is this your second to the last Silverhawks?
No, I did 5.
Oh, okay.
So that was actually the last one I did though, and they moved it to 2. It's really weird how they did it out of order, but yeah, I turned that one in last.
That's a great cover right there.
Do they ultraviolet the cover for you, or do you do it?
They did it on Fury and Green Hornet, and I didn't like because when they did that, someone was recoloring stuff. It wasn't just like a filter they put on it. So I told them, hey, if you need something colored, let me know. I don't know how to do that ultraviolet thing. So if they do an ultraviolet, I didn't do it because I don't even know how
they did one. They did one.
Look how good this Crow cover is. That's a great Crow cover. Flesh and Blood #2. Rose Besh White Fox variant.
Serious buddy.
That's probably gonna be a decent book. I like that. White Fox is a great character. The Lucas Vernick Rogue is really good too. Right out of the 80s. All right. We've got some Momoko stuff.
I think someone dies in the Daredevil, just so you know. I'm not sure though.
That Greg Land Spider-Man's not too shabby. Bad Batch. Oh, this Torrin Clark X-Men Gambit cover is good.
I like the cover A better, dude. You gotta check it. This
Cover
first
A.
appearance of what's his name? The Vig.
The Vig. There's a second printing variant of the Magic book, which is interesting. It looks just like the first printing, if I remember correctly.
It's a cameo of the Luminal new character who's looked pretty cool, gotta be honest.
This cover right here is one of my favorites. This Ron Lim Doyle cover for Doom Academy. I want a version of this because I think the trade dress ruined it. But there's also this cover that's really good too. 1 in 50. I like.
Well, they have a regular cover of it too.
Really good Jamal Campbell Zatanna. There's another good Frizen. Her using really good color palettes. King Spawn. That's a cool King Spawn cover. Look at this Ryan Sook. Oh, damn.
I like that one.
What a great G.I. Joe. Ryan Sook's another super underrated artist. Catwoman Frank Cho is good. Really love this Fuimara Catwoman as well. It's kind of creepy. Bug Wars, I got to check out. Have you read that yet, Billy?
Yeah, it's really good. I thought.
Is it? Yeah, I got to check
I think it's good. Yeah, it's fun. It's totally different.
There's the Silverhawks again. Get some more Amazing Spider-Man stuff. Weapon X-Men, Shelby variant. Star Wars. You got the Rogue, Kari Andrews, Red Hulk, Nick Bradshaw. This Doom cover, second printing, is pretty good. Ben Harvey. Ji Hung Lee X23. I like the Bagley second printing of Eddie Brock Carnage. That's kind of cool.
It's the foil, but just a regular cover.
There is the Zatanna Dodson, which is really good. Kind of reminds me of an old Magic poster. Olivetti. Lilith, number 3. Deadly Tales of Gunslinger Spawn, number 4. What else do we got here? Adventures of Family Tree. That's a crazy cover.
The middle Batman right there, the middle one. It has like a comic strip behind it. It's kind of cool.
That's dope. That is really dope. Adrian Gutierrez, that is really good. I like that a lot.
I think it's fun. You know what I mean?
Yep. Thundercats, Graveyard Club, The Crow, Conan, Heatseeker Combustion stuff, more Silverhawks. That's an interesting cover. Last Boy. Like a Zelda cover almost.
So I think there's a Panosian or a Hughes 1 in 25. I've been getting messages about it. People want to buy it from me. I'm like, well, dude, you know, I only got 3 orders for that book, so I don't know if I'm gonna get it.
This is it right here.
What publisher is that?
I don't know. It might be Dark.
Boom.
It's Boom.
Boom. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a 1 in 50 Sienkiewicz, a 1 in 25 Hughes.
Yeah, the Hughes one. I can see if maybe I have an image somewhere.
This Amazing Spider-Man's really good too.
Yeah, that Barron's 1 in 25 is sick.
Yeah. And then here's the Frank Miller Black Cat.
Oh, that was. There you go, DT.
Thank God I'm blind. Thank God I can't see this.
Is that an incentive?
This is a 1 in 100, Dennis.
Oh, you got to.
Like I said, I just got 2 or 3 of the Wolverines slightly dinged for $1 today. And those sat in that box all day yesterday and all morning this morning.
Wow. Crazy.
How much you selling them for?
I don't know. I'm going to send them to Red Hood and get them pressed, apparently.
Non-color break?
I don't know. I didn't even pay attention at $1. Who cares?
Let's see here.
Make a night mode version of my website.
Frank, I love you, but I think it's time to put the pen down.
I'll see if I can do that. I'm sorry. I guess it's really bright for them.
This Chad Harden one's interesting. The wraparound. April Fool's Day variant.
Yeah, good girl. What's on your head?
It's not bad. I like Chad Harden. Red Hulk stuff. Pulmonati stuff.
So X-Men 100 homage.
Yeah, right there.
That's the most comic cover of all time. Yay!
Hey, Mark, when do you go to bed?
What time do I go to bed?
Yeah, I feel like you and I have the same schedule.
Usually I stay up really late and work. Last night, I actually, for the first time in probably a year, maybe longer, I said, I'm taking today off. And
good for you.
I went to bed last night at 9 something on Friday night. So it was crazy. Got up this morning like at 7 something, and I was like, whoa, this is weird. That's what time I usually go to bed. So
yeah, that's what I was saying. Our little conversations at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And that is, I think, that's it for FOC, ladies and gentlemen. Nice, easy FOC. So
it's actually gigantic.
Yeah.
But you gotta, yeah. That's what she said.
All right. Before we call it a night, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, eBay Live. Come check me out. It'll be around like 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be doing Transformers, G.I. Joe, and a bunch of other cool stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. Check it out. And then the 28th, ladies and gentlemen, we have these. We have the Hulk comic packs that we're going to be opening on our Whatnot sale. So 28th, come hang out with us for that.
What is that exactly?
They are. It's a 5-pack box of. They're like card packs. They're like those card packs. As a matter of fact, here, let me just do this.
Are they reprints of the original Red Hulk?
It is. This Red Hulk variant box contains 3 comic trading packs. Within each pack is a random selection of 3 legendary covers of Captain America and Hulk comics from Marvel creators, including Jeff Loeb, Ed McGuinness, Oscar Jimenez, and more. Open packs to collect each cover in 5 variants. There's a trade dress where there's only 1,300 of each cover, a virgin where there's 1,200 of each cover, a silver foil where there's 600 of each cover, a limited edition prism foil where there's 400 of each, ultra rare gold foil limited to 300, and a signed gold foil limited to 5, and a one of one original Mark Bagley sketch covers. So 5 one of ones.
So, do you know how much like that right there would cost?
I'm not sure what they charged everybody for this. I was contacted saying that they were going to do a promotion for the new Captain America Hulk movie, and I said, yeah, I'm in. And they sent me this. So I'm pretty sure that there's some people in the chat that were part of the original buy-in to these, and I'm not sure what it was. So I gotta.
You should do it like a break, like a break. Right? There's 3 in there?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
say, okay, the first 3 bidders, 1, 2, 3. And then the first person gets the one on top because everyone's looking for the inserts, right?
Yeah. Well,
that would be fun.
I think the best way to do it is just sell them by the packs. You know what I mean? And then open them live.
Oh, that would be fun too.
But some people don't like to open them, so I just send them to them unopened. But here's what we got. So you're gonna get each pack contains 3.
Whatnot.
So Hulk number 1. Oh, here they all are. Let's see. So there's a Hulk 1.
Yeah.
That they do the variants of. So they reprint that. There's a Hulk 22 that they do the variants of. And then there is a Captain America 25. Yeah. There is a Captain America Sam Wilson 6. And Captain America Sam Wilson number 3. That's cool.
Yeah, that one's cool too.
And then
they did not do the 230.
Yeah,
for,
only 2,000 boxes have been produced. So
damn, I wish I was selling on Whatnot for a little bit. I might have got one of those.
Do you know how I know I burnt my last bridge over there?
You didn't get one?
I didn't get an email. I didn't get nothing about the damn thing. Not a peep.
You're in the Dennis zone,
Not a
motherfucker.
peep. I got asked today if I was gonna get any, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. I haven't gotten an email about them yet. And my buddy of mine that had reached out to me, he's like, oh, everybody already has them. I'm like, oh, then I'm definitely not getting any. Like, nope.
It'll be interesting.
Apparently my last bit of goodwill over there is gone.
I'm tempted right now to play the handicap card. I don't pull the handicap out all that often. I might just do it for this.
All right, you guys. I want to say thank you to everybody that hung out with us tonight. Much love to everybody that jumped up on panels with us tonight. And we are 3.5 hours deep. Make sure you guys go check out economicsandcomics.com. Get your bundles from the FOC pre-order page. There's a lot of great books this week, including those awesome Mark Spears Monsters #4 issues, the Rivals issues. I'm going to go buy probably a couple of each of the Mark Spears books, especially the Pecos Bill one. I would suggest you guys pick that one up too. And then some of those Nettie's Rivals variants will be easy flips as well. So make sure you guys go check out economicsandcomics.com for that one. If you're in the Michigan area, stop by the Mall of Monroe to go check out 2 shops in the Mall of Monroe that Dennis has. And I guarantee you're going to find something that you love over there. Trust me. It's impossible for you to not find something. And then make sure you go check out Blind Adam's page, Awesome Sauce
Radio over on YouTube.
Awesome Sauce Radio.
Thursday at 8 p.m. Big Clutch is coming on the show.
There we go.
And I'm going to be a guest soon, right, Adam?
Yeah, we have to set that up eventually.
Yep.
Ooh, Blind Adam, you're Awesome Sauce Radio?
Yeah.
How did I not know that? Right on, dude.
It's only his catchphrase.
Well, I haven't heard him say it today.
It's the only catchphrase I use to piss off my ex fiance every chance I got for the last almost 10 years now.
Good shit. Check out Hive Comics, you guys. Live on eBay every week, multiple times a week. And if you guys have any plans for any signed books at any convention, you want to hit up James. He's the guy to go through. He's doing good stuff with those signature series books over there. So,
question for Igor.
If you guys haven't seen the Heroes Comic-Con list, it might be the best convention of the year, and I will be there the entire weekend getting books signed for customers.
What weekend is it?
It's weekend after Father's Day.
So
I don't know the exact date.
June.
I get back from my birthday trip like the week before. That's all I know.
I might go down there. I'll talk to you about it later.
It's such a good guest list this year. They're going to outgrow that. I said 5 years they'll outgrow that convention center. I think it's next year they'll outgrow it with the guest list they've got this year. There's no way they don't. It's insane.
We have to talk to Sheldon.
It might be better than San Diego, honestly, as far as the guest list.
Wow,
it's crazy.
Hey, tell Igor real quick. It's FOC, bro. There's no limit. There's no allocated. You can get as many. It's not limited until FOC is over. I just wanted to answer his question for him.
Okay. There we go. That being said, much love, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night. eBay Live. We're out. Peace.